Make sure you guys are ready to work. There's going to be a warm up right before the workout begins, and let's do this. Okay, we're going to kick things off with the flat bench press, and this
want younger women so that they can easily manipulate them.
Yeah, because I could be whatever, 30, whatever, and look young like a 20-year-old, but they're still going to choose a 20-year-old because she's.
Wait, are you calling girls under 25 dumb? That's crazy.
I mean,
That's
I'm under
wisdom.
25. I don't think I'm dumb, but I feel like when I was even 23, I put up with a lot more than I put up with now.
So you put up with a lot more.
Okay.
Okay. Question for you. Do you want a guy that's taller than you?
Obviously.
Do you want a guy that's stronger
I know
than
where
you?
this is going.
Justin.
Do you want a guy that makes more money than you?
Yeah.
Justin.
Yes.
Okay. What if I told you, hey, you know what? Based off of your wants, you're short, weak, and broke bitch. How would that make you feel?
Misogyny.
I mean, I am short, but I don't know about the other two. I don't really care.
Yeah, but do you see how I took the things that you're attracted to and vilified it, just like you kind of did with a man wanting a younger girl?
I mean, I didn't vilify it. You guys have
You
admitted
literally,
that
you quite literally said it's for manipulation purposes.
But it is. You guys have said that yourselves.
What? That's like me telling you that you're inadequate and you're broke and you're stupid. That's why you want a guy that's more competent than you.
Okay.
So why is it that male attraction triggers are vilified but women's aren't?
I don't think that's true. I think
You quite literally just did
guys
that.
call girls gold diggers for liking guys with money. So you vilify us too.
Well, the point is that attraction isn't really a choice. You know what I mean? Like men since the beginning of time have liked younger women, right? And women have always liked guys that are more competent, that are successful. So it is what it is. But I just find it always very interesting how like when women say, oh, guys want younger women because X, Y, Z, it's never because they're more fertile. They have a higher chance of being able to bring children to term. They're more attractive typically. They come with less bad habits. We don't talk about the positives of dealing with younger women. We always talk about this potential negative that they're stupider or easily manipulated.
Okay.
But we don't vilify female standards whatsoever. We really don't. Okay. Because, yeah, anyway, just using your logic back on you.
All right.
Sounds crazy, doesn't it?
Not really.
Well, okay. What about you? Do you think you have more value now or 7 years from now?
Probably 7 years from now.
Why so?
Because I'll be more mature, more patient. I'll know more things. I would have learned more things about myself.
How old are you now?
I just turned 30.
So 37.
The 30th of October.
No, 37, you're going to be more attractive.
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends on what you value as attractive.
Let's
though.
be honest, like this is a show where you feel like females are a lost cause. Because in reality, we don't meet these kind of females, right? But and sometimes we meet, but in general not. But Jen will see them saying they are going to be more attractive at 37 than at 30 is crazy. Is literally crazy. 30, you know you are old. I have cousins. All of them told me the experience that they know what 30 is a hard time to get a man. To be lying like that when everybody knows the lie, you know it. Every girl knows it. Every guy knows it. It's just crazy. Why? Why the necessity to lie? It's
So
ridiculous.
if you see attractive as being a physical thing, then maybe I will be or maybe I won't be. You don't know that. I don't know that. If you value attractiveness as being wiser, smarter, as bringing something else to the table in relationships, then then I'll probably be better off.
Do you think that the two things you cited, patience and maturity, are main focal points for guys when it comes to attraction of women?
No, absolutely not. It's physical, 100%.
So why would you make that the predominant ammunition for why you would be more valuable?
You talked about value. I mean, he can
I said in
go.
a dating game, yeah, which would mean
I
to
think
the gender.
I think those things are more valuable to
Okay.
me, at least, than physical appearance. Maybe to most guys it won't be, and that's fine because guys are visual creatures, so they look at how a woman looks.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you're talking about values that you bring into a relationship. Okay, you can go fuck any girl you want because she looks amazing. Okay, can you have a relationship with her?
I think that's the woman's burden of performance, is to get the relationship, not the guy.
But you asked in a relationship. You didn't ask hooking up.
I mean, I said in dating.
In dating.
Yeah.
Okay, then you're gonna date
Because you
forever.
have to attract the guy in the first place, right?
And that's okay. And then you're
So
gonna
looks
date.
would matter?
Looks do matter.
Yeah.
1,000%. But what I'm saying is, you're in the dating game to hook up with somebody that's attractive. I'm in the dating game for something completely different.
But wouldn't
And
it
that's
be
what we would probably.
fair
Will
to
you
say
get
that you should
what you want?
probably consider what the opposite gender wants if you're in the dating game to be attractive to said opposite gender?
See, I don't
I know you
agree
said
with
you
that.
think patience
I don't
and
agree with that.
maturity is like super important, which is great. You might feel that way.
Yeah.
But we're not going off of how you feel. We're going off of what's real and what men actually like.
And I see your point of view, but
Yeah.
that I don't necessarily agree with it to a full extent, because I'm going to tell you why. If you're looking for something and I'm looking for something completely different, you and I are not going to cross paths. I feel like men should be who they are and women should be who they are. And that's how you attract the people that are meant to be in your life and that are going to give you potentially what you want from a
That's why you are 30 and single.
relationship or from a dating.
Let's be honest. If you're not attractive, people will not feel attracted to you. The amount of girls that give me attention now in comparison to before, it's crazy. So I can definitely say from experience that you have to be attractive, physique, charmatic, like you have to look good to have what you want. To be honest, females and males.
If you're going to
No
accept people for
exceptions.
who they are, I'm quite literally telling you that men typically don't value those things that you mentioned.
Typically.
Yet you're saying they should value them, and this is how I feel.
It's,
That's
honestly,
equivalent to me saying, well, you know what? I don't
that's
want to
your
work.
perspective now.
and make
But
money.
I've known men enough.
Girls should just accept me for how I am.
I've known men enough. Listen, I was in the sales business for a very, very long time. I
Uh-huh.
used to have meetings. My job was literally being PR and sit down and have dinners and lunch with CEOs of companies or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I know how you're looking at it. I don't care. That was my job. And you would be surprised how many men have all this power and have all this money
Mhm.
and they're miserable. You know why? Because they crave something that is not physical.
Because girls like you don't fuck.
What?
I fuck amazing.
All right. So you
Like,
think
literally.
so to answer it, you think later at 37 because
We
you're going to be
should
more
collab.
patient and more mature. Okay. What about you, Miss Saudi? Do you think you have more value now in the dating game or 7 years from now?
I don't believe in age.
Okay. So you don't think it's your I guess your
I don't
dating
think-
value will ever perish.
Yes, it never gonna burst. And also, I don't think in a product to have value on me. I'm valuable forever.
Okay. I understand that you can say that you're valuable forever and that's what you put on yourself. But to some degree, the opposite gender is going to put a value upon you. So I'm asking from the opposite gender's perspective, not necessarily your own. Okay, you're valuable forever. But do you think in the dating game, when a man is involved, your value is going to be forever? Okay, still won't change?
Yes.
What?
It won't change. Of
It won't
course,
change.
It won't.
You will stay. Your value will stay no matter what.
Of course.
Okay, all right, fine. What about you? What are your thoughts on that? 7 years from now or later, or now?
It's just
Man, guys and girls, all these girls are single, all of them. Just one isn't, and she's a porn star.
all the time.
Equal,
So
equal. It will always be. It will always be whatever value the man is looking for. Because again, like you said, it's conditional.
Okay.
And dating and mates is completely based on someone's socioeconomic status. It has nothing to do with love. It has to do with what you're looking for and what your core values are. Socioeconomic status, when someone is a billionaire, millionaire, they're not going to want someone who is on a different socioeconomic status.
That's incorrect. You're looking at it from a female lens.
You're talking about a marriage standpoint, a relationship standpoint.
Men marry down all the time.
Long-term standpoint.
Yes, men marry down all the time.
Yeah. Okay, and they're gonna let the person continue on the path that they are, or they're going to.
Here's the thing:
request them.
Men marry a girl typically hoping she'll never
behave.
change. Women marry a man hoping he will change. We're very different. What you just mentioned just now with socioeconomic status, etc. What you just gave was the female perspective that socioeconomic status matters. For men, typically it doesn't. This is why a guy that's a king or a sultan or whatever will marry a girl that's a lowly peasant. Like men date down and marry down all the time.
Okay, so a king or a sultan will marry to have sex with someone.
They'll marry
that
them
is
too.
a lower socioeconomic status. Okay, but someone who is of a higher.
And here is how mad they are. I didn't get it. I truly believe that. I hope all females like that. But let's be honest. You see, look all the princes from nowadays who choose females quarters normal girls like they're cute and pure and all that. Men never care about the social point of a female. Never. There's many kings, many princes that choose the poor girl and was even ostracized by it. So it's not true. Only females cares about that.
Their socioeconomic status is going to require someone else who is of a higher socioeconomic status to pair with, to mate with, to partner with for life.
Justin, you're a multimillionaire. Do you care about a woman's socioeconomic status?
Nope.
Fresh, you're a multimillionaire. Do you care about a woman's socioeconomic status?
Of course not.
Myron, do you give a fuck about a woman's socioeconomic status? No, not really.
Okay.
Man, actually, I think that's a beautiful thing about love.
Do you believe you
can take a girl out of that shit.
Justin, may I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead. Fire away.
Have you ever been married? Are you married?
No.
I've been married.
No.
Okay. You've been married?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stupid.
And so, and in your marriage, all right, what was the issue? And when you were married, were you both of the same socioeconomic status?
Nope.
Okay.
She was poor. I was actually on the way to be wealthy.
Okay. And so what was the hang up?
She had a kid. Stupid. Yo, Chris, stop it, bro. Yo, what? You gonna beat, bro?
Oh my
Come on,
God.
like.
So did her mindset not contribute to a lot of the issues that arose in your relationship?
No, just had a kid.
She just had a kid.
So we don't deflect here. It's from the question. So you think your value will not, similar to her, won't change? It's going to be the same.
Yeah, because it's conditional on who's looking for what my value is.
I mean, okay. They've done studies on this. It's pretty much a fact at this point. Men universally between ages of 18 to 60 years old have found women between 18 to 24 the most attractive. Okay. So age does like men typically value younger women. Sure. Now, knowing that, do you change your answer or do you keep it the same?
I keep it the same because you just said that they find them more attractive, but is that who they choose to pair with?
Yes.
No, they choose to have sex with, but pair with.
Pair with, yes, also. Yeah.
I believe you're attracted to you.
Men always marry down in age.
Okay, but
let's be honest. She's hoping because she's 37. And unfortunately, society and people don't tell you, yo, as a female, after 25, you're gonna get this value. And because nobody tells you that, you believe the lie, or no, I can get whatever you want and I can still find the perfect man. And you have even movies nowadays about older women like 30 somethings and having men. It's all a lie. we don't find that attractive. Are there 30 something females who are very attractive? They look younger than their age. They are fit. They work out, for sure, definitely. But it's not the majority, and it, it's easier than the average 30, but it's still worse than the 22 who has a younger look and is also fit. So
Do you mind if I ask? So you've worked your way up in the world, or did you start at a particular socioeconomic status that is more high class?
Trailer park.
Okay. So not to disregard the work that you have done to come and be where you are from where you've come from, but when people
I'm from the suburbs. I'm from the suburbs. My parents always had money to put me in good schools and live in the suburbs. I will be with the chick from the hood, literally. And I met them, and they look fine, so I love it. We don't care. 0%. We really don't care. It's crazy. It's even better because if she's poor, you're like, you want to be the hero. You want to be the hero of the story. Like she had her life and now she will be with you and she will learn a good life. So, no, it'd be fantastic.
come from a particular socioeconomic status, they don't date down. They just don't.
That's not true.
They will
Rich
date down, but they
men-
won't marry or
Rich
pair
men
down.
marry broke women all day long. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And most of the time they marry down in age. I'm not saying that you cannot be attracted to a woman your age. I'm
Sure.
absolutely attracted to women my age. But what I am telling you that it's not unheard of for a man to marry down 20 years, 10 years, 7 years, whatever, to a woman that has nowhere near around the money because a man does not give a shit about how much money a woman makes or what her fucking dad does. If a man is about his business, then he's going to make more money than her and probably her father, which is going to be the case for most any woman I date. So I don't need a girl on my level because I can pay the fucking bills myself.
Yeah. And if the man actually values your money, that's a red flag because that man is using you.
Exactly. If he needs your status, then you got the wrong man.
She answered the question.
Yeah.
It won't change, which is fine. Now I want to ask, do you think your past matters in finding the man of your dreams?
Interesting. The past matters only because what you've been through dictates.
So
and
it says
determines
yes.
your vision.
So the answer is yes.
Absolutely.
And then in what regards does it matter?
It matters because what you've been through determines your perspective
Or
on
what's
what
been through you.
think.
Ooh.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Determines.
So you think
your
sexual past
perspective.
matters as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. All right. What about you? Do you think a woman's past matters?
I think yes, because it's experience. You learn from that.
So do you think more experience makes you more attractive to the opposite gender or less attractive?
Makes you more smart about dealing with relationships.
But the question is, does it make you more attractive to the opposite gender? Yes or no? More experience?
If you have more past,
Yes.
it's not related.
So if your man is gonna take you seriously, is it gonna help you if you have a bad pass or no?
It doesn't matter to my man if you have
Okay.
a past or not.
Okay. So she's saying no, it doesn't matter. Okay.
It doesn't matter, yeah.
Okay.
I think
What about?
I think it depends on who you ask.
Well, she was next.
Oh, I thought she was
No, that's fine.
Okay. Do you think a woman's past matters to a man?
I feel like I've said I'm kidding.
Sexual past, trauma, all that stuff doesn't matter.
That's a really hard question. It shouldn't matter, but I think it does.
Okay. So what's your final answer? So you're going off the should or would, but what do you think it is?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Operating on ideals. Fantastic.
It's Canada.
I mean, I
That's
think it
the tricky
matters, but
part.
it depends.
Because all of them know it matters. All of them know it matters. But they don't want to matter. So they lie. As if the lie will make it true. No, it's not you who decide. It's the man. So it doesn't make sense.
Depends on who you ask. Some things are gonna bother certain guys more than other things.
In general, do you think the man of your dreams cares about a woman's past?
If I'm the girl of his dreams, then no.
Fantastic. Regardless of the bodies or the trauma or whatever you've done, it doesn't matter.
No.
Okay. What about you? Does it matter?
It absolutely matters.
Okay. Why?
Because I've dealt with that in a relationship before, and my past mattered.
Okay.
Wait, did he break up with you because of your past?
Because of who I slept with in the past that he knew. Yeah.
What about you? Does a woman's past matters?
I think your past does matter, but what counts is who you are right now and how you handle that, how you process all
Again,
that.
it's what you want to be, but not what it
But
is.
it's the man that's picking. Do you think it matters to men?
I mean, I think
Listen,
if I sat here and
let's be honest. Porn stars do they have any facility? It's any way easier for them that they quit the job already for many years. They can get a man. They can't. Tell me one that could without other porn stars. They can't. It's the reality. Like people get offended by reality. Nobody makes the rules. It's just the reality.
told you my entire past, it wouldn't make you less attracted to me.
You really think so?
Bruh, if you told...
you think a woman's past... Oh, so you're basically saying it doesn't matter?
Everything is dependent on what you want.
Do you think men in general care about...
Of course they care. Of course they want. That's why all these guys ask, like, what's your body count? Like, that's why they ask that shit.
They ask that shit?
For real.
Wait, do you tell them your body count?
Do I tell them? My boyfriend has never even asked me my body count.
Wait, but hold on. If he did, would you tell him the
Of course
truth?
I would tell him.
What's your body count?
I don't remember. Private matters.
Okay,
I mean, you go
like
Private matters.
hold on. A ballpark figure of your body count. This ballpark figure.
No, private matters. Private matters.
What?
You can ask other questions, but like, I'm not gonna.
But see, you don't
Her
want to
actions
answer it.
in itself
Yeah,
prove our
you
point.
don't want to answer it right
Her
now.
actions in itself prove her point. Even though she's saying it shouldn't matter, but it
If
does.
you told your man
your
your
response
body
should
count,
accept everything.
that's an L right there. Like he's gonna judge you off for it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just
Okay.
letting you know.
Does a woman's past matter?
Yes,
Why?
because of all of that you're talking about, the body counts, everything that you've been through.
Okay.
It all matters at the end of the day.
All right. You think a woman's past matters?
I think it matters, but as long as she's honest and he doesn't find out by like somebody else about certain things, I think that matters.
Don't be honest.
No,
Don't let
I
him.
mean, if he's asking, don't lie. You know what I'm saying?
You must just like.
It's not just
If niggas know it's a rap, I'm telling you right now.
And that's not the man for you.
No, they
Then
gonna
you
smash, but
shouldn't
they gonna take
ask.
serious.
Okay. Do you think it matters?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Why?
Basically, for all the reasons that she just said, I totally agree.
Okay, you agree.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, girl.
I mean, you just literally took like my thoughts.
Okay, and would you say most of you guys said yes, it matters. Do you think that a higher status guy cares about it more? Start here and then work our way back. Or a more attractive mate?
High value guy.
I don't know, actually, because it really depends on how like they are emotionally, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know.
I have no clue. All right.
Nope.
Would you say a man of higher status cares about it more than someone else?
I really don't know.
Interesting.
I think it just matters.
This is actually very revealing right now. What about you? Do you think a guy of higher status or notoriety it matters for them more?
Yeah,
Why?
because they care about their status and where they stand and what people could like find out.
Would you say a woman's image can ruin her man's image?
Yes.
Yeah. Look at
What about you?
Sorry, what was the exact
Do you
question?
think a guy that has more status
I think
cares more about a woman's past?
I think he won't ask. The body count question, I think a high value man. Like I don't think Dan Bilzerian's out here being like, how many guys have
That's
you
a
fucked?
high value.
You know what I mean? Like
But the question is, do you think he would care about his main girl's past?
he's definitely gonna inquire and poke around and see like what the fuck happened. But
Okay.
it's up to him to decide ultimately, like, do I like this girl enough?
But I'm asking you, do you think a higher status guy cares
He's
about
not
that
gonna
more?
ask. He's not gonna ask.
For his main girl? You don't think he'd care?
I don't think he's gonna ask. But
yeah, I feel like I've never been asked.
I don't think. I
Ever.
just don't even think he's gonna ask.
Whether he asks you or not is irrelevant.
Because what's
Hold on,
important.
please listen.
I'm listening.
Whether he asks or not is irrelevant. What I'm asking you is, do you think he cares about it? Because remember, a lot of guys won't ask you your body count. They'll just go off your actions and their behaviors and the way you operate.
But that's just that in itself is just like what you choose in terms of like ignorance. Like if you ask the question, like, do you want to know what the answer is? Like, are you prepared to know what the answer is? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying
You're
like
ducking the question. The question is simply, do you think a higher status guy cares more about it than a regular guy would?
I don't think he gives a fuck.
Oh, you don't think they care? For their main girl, you don't think they care?
Well, as a high value man, can you not pick whoever you want, kind of, right?
So therefore, if you could
So
pick
if
whoever
I'm
you
like,
want,
I want this
wouldn't you be
girl,
more selective?
So I'm like, I want this girl because I'm picking her off. Like, I just see you in the room and I want you. Now I'm gonna get to know you, right? Like, just so you tell me something I don't really like about your past. I don't think that. I think maybe like right now in the podcast and first just talking facts. Like, sure, like I'm gonna say like, yeah, I'm not gonna accept that. But I think as a human being, like as a guy with, you know, his own insecurities, even if he's a millionaire, high value man, he's gonna accept some things and he's gonna be like, you're a human being and I love you and like, you know, whatever the fuck, whatever fairy tale you guys think.
So you think a guy's insecure if he's bothered by his woman's past? Because you mentioned insecurity.
Lord of mercy, bro.
Not necessarily. No, he could feel a type of way, but I feel like a high value man knows that just has nothing to do with him.
Very, very interesting.
Clown world.
Yeah, I won't answer that.
I mean,
you're kind of going in circles because I'm asking about a main girl, not a random chick he's having sex with, but it's fine. I don't know if you're tying it here. There's a distinct difference between a main girl versus a girl you're just having sex with casually. But I'll go to you. Do you think a guy of higher status cares about a woman's past more so?
Yes.
Why so?
Well, that's a person that represents you in a relationship. So you would want to know somebody just as I would want to know someone's past. Like if you were arrested, what you were arrested for, you have to know someone's past.
Okay.
In a relationship.
Okay.
And I think it's important.
Whose past do you think matters more? A woman's past or a man's past?
I think it's the same.
You think it's the same?
I do.
Would you not wife a guy up after you found out he had sex with 300 girls? Or husband a guy up?
Probably not.
Husband a guy? Okay, so wouldn't it be fair to say that the past doesn't matter? Because if you had sex with 300 dudes, he probably wouldn't wife you up. Not you exactly, but I'm saying hypothetically.
And I haven't, so can't put myself in that position.
But do you see what I'm saying here? Where like, because
No,
you're
I
saying
said-
you think it's equal, and I'm saying it's not.
So
you said that I asked you,
Okay.
do you think a woman's past is the same as a man's past? And you said yes. And I'm saying, well, if he had sex
The
with 300
past?
girls,
Yeah, I do think that's
you
the
wouldn't
same.
you wouldn't care.
No, I would care. I said I would care.
Would that disqualify him?
300 people? Yeah.
That's cap.
No, that's not cap. That's facts. That's kind of gross to me. I'm very different when it comes to spirituality and where I'm in my life now and who I let into my body. And I want a man that isn't out here. When I was younger, I didn't respect myself. But as I got older, I do respect myself. And I want a man to respect himself too and respect my body. So now what we're going through in life, like I don't just let anyone into I'm an OnlyFans creator, but I don't sleep around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think men and women are equal?
Sexually?
Yeah.
As in the past or now?
I mean, in general. So with sexuality, are we the same?
With
Because you're basically trying to assimilate the
think we
same
need to
rules
be
and standards
equal.
on a woman as a guy.
As
Like
society says, or as I believe.
we could
Personally.
go in general, and then we could go with
We
your
can go
personal.
general and go personal.
Okay, so general. Do you think?
Society, absolutely not. It's different.
Okay, all right, and then personally, you think it's the same?
Personally, yeah.
Okay, but do you know why? Why would you say it's different generally?
Generally,
Yeah.
just what society thinks and how people talk about women and men and everything, and it's kind of like how I can't think of the word I'm trying to say, but people put labels on it, call girls hoes, this and that, and it's okay. And men want to sleep with women, and it doesn't matter. They think it's cool to have a high body count. It's really not.
So you
Both ways.
You don't like the double standard.
I don't.
That okay. Would it be fair to say that sex is easy to achieve for women?
If you're attractive,
Well, even if you're ugly.
no.
Okay, let me correct you. It's actually very easy.
Well, I
Do you
just-
think sex is easy to
I'm
come
not
by for a
ugly,
man?
so I don't know what.
Do you think sex is easy to come by for a man?
No.
Okay, so wouldn't it be fair to say that since it's harder for men to achieve sex and extremely easy for women to get sex
It's not
regardless of how they look?
extremely easy for women.
Really?
No.
Okay.
There's not a woman sitting at this table that would not walk 10 feet outside of this building and try to fuck a man and he wouldn't do it on the site.
Facts.
So
on site.
On site. Okay.
On site.
Correct.
Are you? I'm sure you're aware of this. That like average to less than average looking girls get attention and options from even higher status men,
Okay.
whereas a man that's average to decent looking won't even get attention from an average woman.
Facts. I said I think it's easier for a woman to have sex than it is for a man.
It's significantly
Yes,
different.
I believe that.
So do you see now why there's a double
But
standard?
it's also on attractiveness.
What was that?
Attractiveness.
What do you mean attractiveness?
Like an attractive woman, it's easier for an attractive woman to have sex, just as easy as for an attractive man to have sex.
Not really.
I actually think it's a little bit harder because the beautiful woman is less approachable because men are scared to walk up
but
to her.
let's be honest. And again, it's crazy. Listen, you know, deep down, you know, for a woman, you just have to install like an app or just touch a man's arm, whatever. For a man, you have to talk with her. You have to show social proof. You have to be a gentleman. You have to make her feel like you are a safe person to be around. You have to do a lot. And this is not a process where you just start and finish. No, this is a process where for most men is you start, you fail, you start, you fail. You start, you eventually reach, you fail. You go to different steps and you fail in each until you finally get it. So it's way harder. Not only to talk about of rejection, which is a big blow emotionally, and of course a lot of times from the get-go. So it's crazy. It's really crazy. The lack of notion of reality.
Yeah.
You'll see that a lot. Like, oh, girl will go to the club and all her like not as pretty friends will get approached because the men are scared to
easier.
approach a beautiful woman.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm open to believing that.
Men shoot for the lower target because they get rejected.
Yeah.
I personally don't, but I do know that men do that.
Lower and younger.
Wait, what's that?
Just kidding.
Lower and
I
younger?
was bringing in the part from earlier.
Oh
They were
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
the
No, I
younger.
think beauty's beauty. But I do think Myron's right about the younger women on average on the macro. But I'm definitely attracted to women my age. I have no problem with that. But I think that beautiful women get hit on less actually.
But why is that though? It's just so not fair because you're scared. Are you scared to approach her?
Life's not fair. One,
No.
two.
No.
I think that men are intimidated by beautiful women.
Yeah.
A lot of times there was, I can say from experience, I talk with beautiful women, and I can be honest and say like, in 4 times, one was really good, the other were nice. In 1 week that I talked with 4 females, right? And when they are good, you just have that mental of, oh, these chicks are way too arrogant, so you don't even try it because you can see it like it's pretty obvious when a female is very attractive, they're really arrogant. They never smile. They look above you, and nobody wants to talk with a nasty person. So for me, that's the reason. But it really depends. There are beautiful women who are really nice too, and they suffer the same consequences because of the nasty ones. So
That's
And
weird.
I'm talking about men. I think so as well. I think it's actually easier to get a beautiful
enough
woman.
to approach a beautiful woman.
Completely understand. I actually
Why?
think it's easier to get a beautiful woman because she gets hit on less because men are scared to talk to them.
But why are you scared of that?
Why are they scared?
Yeah.
I don't know. You'd have to ask them. That's not
It's so
my
weird.
problem.
You're a man, you should be a man.
Okay, so
absolutely.
Going back to the double standard, because you're saying that it shouldn't be that way, but do you get where I'm going here?
I
that
get where
like,
you're going,
That
for
like
sure,
for
yeah.
girls, it's extremely easy to get sex. I mean, think about it. All of you, a bunch of you guys here on OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
Do you think you guys would be making the money that you're making and or able to run a business showing your body off if sex wasn't difficult for men to come by? I want you guys to really think deep about that.
No,
Your
there is
entire
a huge
infrastructure,
issue.
the entire OnlyFans, pornography, sex industry is predicated on male horniness.
Yeah.
If men were actually out here getting laid and fucking girls like girls think they
But
are,
that's because you
why
guys
would they
have
pay a monthly
standards,
subscription?
too many
Why would they pay a monthly
standards, right?
subscription to see that? Think about that for a second.
Yeah, that's true.
That is super true.
That's true.
So do you see now why men that have sex with a lot of girls are respected versus women that have sex with a lot of dudes are admonished? Sex
I
is not
get
easy to
that.
come by for a majority of
From
men.
a man, men respect men. Women, I don't look at a man and respect him more because he's had sex with multiple women.
Well, you kind of indirectly do though.
Not really.
Well, the traits it takes to be attractive with women make you more respectable. You're charming, you're charismatic, you're funny typically, you're probably good looking to a degree, successful. It's very difficult to have sex with a lot of women. You have to have certain traits in place to be able to do it. I know for a fact if I see a
What's
guy,
a lot of women though?
I mean, if you see a guy and he's had sex with hundreds of girls, I know he's doing something right, significantly right. But if I see a girl that has 20 bodies, I know she's doing something wrong, or even more.
What's a lot of bodies for a woman?
Oh God.
Every guy's see here's now. That's where variance comes in. Every guy is different.
What do you mean?
So every guy has a different tolerance level for a woman's
so
promiscuity.
should every woman then?
What was that?
Probably every woman does too.
Not really.
Why not?
See, a man is never. The thing is this: a woman ain't gonna disqualify her dream man based off of his sexual past unless he's gay. But a man will absolutely disqualify a woman based on her sexual past.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's a lot?
So, for example,
every guy's different.
I want to know.
If you tell a guy, let's say 5, for him that might be too much. So a guy 10 might be too much. It's subjective. However, any amount over 1 or 0 is a lot. So
all I can tell you is this:
you want a virgin?
Most guys would like a virgin.
You want an inexperienced woman?
But
yes,
I do.
You do?
Most guys prefer that.
But
I'm asking,
probably gonna cheat on her.
40-year-old virgin. I'm asking.
That's
For real.
yes. Men prefer. Women value experience. Men value inexperience. And going back.
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying.
But then they cheat with a woman with experience.
Well, who has
So
the?
it's like you want a boring wife, but then you want to.
But who gets wifed up?
But
Though?
who gets wifed up, right?
You can get smashed, but who wants to get wifed up? It's kind of like, yes, you can say, for example, those smashed the hot girl has experience, but it's like, okay, cool. Who gets a ring? Who gets a baby? Who gets a house? The girl's chilling, cool, laid back, not really out there like that. So.
But answer the question with a lot.
I just told you it's subjective.
Let me give her a scale.
I just want a number.
I'll make it simple for you.
Yeah.
Typically, the higher status the man, the more attractive the man is, and the more options the man has, the less tolerance he has for female promiscuity.
Over what number?
Does that make sense?
Yes, but
So
I'm just asking what's a lot. Number
Every guy is different.
We can't tell you a
I'm
number.
telling you based off of a guy.
Okay.
Some guys
You're,
will tolerate
you personally,
10.
what's a lot for you?
Oh, now you want to know mine.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm asking. Are you a high value man? So I want to know.
Here we go.
I'm sure you think you're a high value man, and of course, and I would agree you are. So I would like to know what you think.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. That is the number one thing for me. I will not wife up a girl that has a promiscuous past.
What's a promiscuous past? How many?
If it's going to be a girl that I marry,
I'm just really curious. So I'm just asking. It's not like I'm trying to. I'm just asking.
a girl that I marry,
Yeah.
she's got to be damn near a virgin, man.
Okay.
If I'm going to marry her,
That's fine.
yeah.
Isn't that
Let's see who you marry.
really selfish of you though?
How is it selfish?
Because if she cared, like if it was the other way around.
Exactly. How is it selfish? He works his whole life to be a millionaire. Nobody is a millionaire. It's very difficult. A female who preserves her youth and pureness, she sacrificed the whole face, the parties, the toxicity, just for men. It's the most fair there is. Isn't you don't like it because you be fucking up.
Are men and women the same?
Are you damn near a virgin?
Are men and women the same?
You see, but when you think about it, like
Hold on,
I
hold
know.
on. That's answering
But
the
it
question
is.
right
Answer
there.
a number.
You guys are
No,
trying to
they're
subscribe
the same,
the female standard on me, and what I'm telling you is that we don't play by the same
Yeah,
set
but
of
that's
rules.
what I'm saying. Like we're not different. I understand, but like
Uh-huh.
it's just fucked up.
I just
You
like
know
to know
what else
the
is fucked
numbers
up?
so I know what to tell guys
It's also
in the
fucked up
future.
that all you guys can make money on OnlyFans showing your body, and we can't.
Yeah, I get it.
Right. So hold on. You guys are not complaining about double standards that benefit you, right? But you're complaining about double standards that don't benefit you. I would argue that most double standards benefit women inherently. The only double standard I could think of that benefits men is sexual past. But everything else typically benefits women when it comes to double standards.
You can make money on
Exercise.
Really?
with the-
Yeah.
the
A lot
bodies,
of men,
bro.
yes.
Like,
Yeah, a lot of
You're showing my body off.
Yes.
Yes.
You do realize that most of the top earning creators are females, correct?
Yes.
Significantly.
But
There's a
still
lot
men.
of guys.
There's a
too.
lot of guys.
It's a minority
lot.
compared to the women.
Yeah, but you
But not a lot of
can.
women
Like,
make money
Just
on
because
that.
I can
That's a
doesn't mean, here's
not
the
a
thing.
fact.
Just because something is possible doesn't mean it's probable. The chances of me making money on OnlyFans, I would have to probably add some kind of value. I wouldn't just be able to just sling dick unless I had some clout before. Like
It's
men
called
can't just
OnlyFans,
open up
not
an OnlyFans and
OnlySex.
sell feet pictures. Women can.
You know,
It's not about some pictures only. You don't even need to show anything as long as you're confident and pretty. That's it.
No, but
it doesn't work the other way around.
As a man,
It does. There's a lot of guys not even attractive.
Okay, you do realize that. Let's
But
say
the
we
body
took away the male dollar from the sex industry, OnlyFans, porn, whatever it may be, and we let women only pay, the market would crash in one day.
I agree.
So for you guys to sit there and say, well, you can do it too. Sure, I can do it too, but I'm not going to be nearly as successful.
Yeah, your audience will be guys, but yeah.
Yeah,
Gay dudes. Gay dudes. But I will not be able to command nearly the same amount of attention, income, etc. So we're not the same at all. So you're saying it's selfish. I would argue that women are way more selfish when it comes to mate selection than men are. Women want a man that's better than them in almost every regard. So who's really the selfish one?
I do. I want a man that's better than me.
Okay.
I want to be putting my feminine energy. I need a man that's a man.
I totally understand your points, but I'm just saying it's selfish. That's it.
I mean, okay.
It's a selfish thought to have.
Well, my thing is, you can say, here's the difference between men and women.
I'm not saying that's how the world works.
That's how the world works.
It's like that's just how it is. I totally understand that. I'm just saying it's selfish.
Here's
That's
the thing.
all I'm saying.
Men have to earn the ability to be selfish. Women just naturally are. A woman is born with her value. 21 years old, hasn't accomplished anything in life, can still go on a boat with multimillionaires and be involved in, luxury parties, meeting celebrities, whatever. A man, he can't get that kind of access until he builds himself up to become somebody where he's invited to these situations. So we're not the same. To go back to what you're saying, well, that's not fair. Or why does it matter his body count? Well, his body count doesn't matter because he has to work to get his body count. You guys don't. A girl can go into a club and be like, and some guy will still sleep with her. If I go into a club and go, I'm going to go to jail. It's not the same. We don't play by the rules.
I never said we were the same.
But you're saying, it's selfish as if it's like negative. And what I'm saying is that women are naturally selfish. Men have to earn the ability to be selfish.
All right.
So the only reason I'm even in a position where I could say, I want a girl that's damn near a virgin is because I busted my ass to get to a certain level to demand that. But I can't do that unless I become somebody. Whereas a woman can demand a top shelf guy for just existing. And I accept that reality.
Yeah.
But do I sit there and say,
that's just the world we live in? But I'm not telling you in that way. Tampoco así, bro. Calm down.
No, I'm just telling. But do you see how ridiculous you sounded earlier? That's selfish. I'm just mimicking you.
We don't call you selfish.
So what's a high number for a woman? I haven't answered the question. I'm asking. There's 3 men here. I would like to know.
I feel like 10 is anything in the double digits is probably.
Just asking.
You might disqualify yourself from a
I definitely disqualify myself right now.
Yeah.
Just asking.
Well,
serious question.
Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't.
I'm not gonna lie about my
past.
I just don't care.
I'm saying a lot of guys would not. Yeah, the 10 is a safe.
For real, like
Yeah,
I just want to know.
I feel like 10 is an honest number on the macro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The
But
better a
once you
man
get
is with
double
women, the more options he has, the more attractive he has, the more money he has, and the more status he has, the more he's going to be picky about a woman's past, because he has a lot to lose. Look at Will Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith is over here making him look like a fucking idiot. Oh, we got into a entanglement.
That's hilarious.
Like female promiscuity ruins relationships and embarrasses both parties in the relationship. It's not that big a deal if a guy cheats on his girl. Tiger Woods did it, Kobe did it, still great, man. No one really gives a fuck, right? But when a woman cheats, it's a problem. Because women are, typically more monogamous than men are. Men are designed to be promiscuous. Women are not. Women typically, if she truly loves, admires, respects her man, wants to be with that man.
If the sex is good.
What was that?
If the sex is good, yeah. If it's bad, I'm just not in that relationship. If I can't connect with you emotionally, physically, sexually, everything, I'm just out.
The only reason it looks bad when a woman is promiscuous.
That's the problem with being too promiscuous. Because, I'll be honest, I get it. I have bad sex too. It sucks. But if you never have sex, or you have like 2-3 times, what's gonna happen is you kind of don't know how to dissociate from good from bad because you don't have a lot of experience. So if you have a lot of experience as a woman, apart from you just being so damn rigid about so many standards, now I have one more standards, and it's one that is a knockoff. So that's why it's important for you to not have a lot of experience, because you are literally putting yourself in a situation where it's more probably to end up alone. But no, you have too much experience. And if you want to do things that are like that, you're fucked.
Is because it is a damage to the man's ego. It's embarrassing. That's the only reason it looks bad.
Really?
That's kind of what he just said. So yeah, I agree.
Well, actually, there's a deep-rooted
it's deeper.
biological reason
Yeah.
for it. A woman that's promiscuous, you cannot ensure paternity. So we'll go back here. You know, obviously we're in 2022.
I've thought about that too.
We have paternity tests, right? So a man's able to figure out the kid is his. But before all that, how would a man be able to figure out which woman is worth mating with and like giving her his resources? Well, the guys are naturally inclined to not want to wife up girls that are hoes, and the reason for that is because you can't ensure that the child is yours. It's a deep-rooted biological urge. Just like you guys want a guy that's tall, strong, masculine. These are all traits that you need for survival, correct? Right? Women look typically for survival value. Men look for replication value. Can this woman give me attractive children? And most importantly, are the children mine?
Okay.
Men don't ask for much.
Okay, so previously you called that selfish, but it's a biological urge.
Yes.
Okay, so then it's not selfish, it's a biological urge.
Well, you can have that discussion with her. She was the one that said it. I was saying that it's a biological urge, but what I'm arguing is that women are naturally selfish when it comes from a sexual standpoint. Men have to earn that ability to be selfish.
Is it selfish or is it selectiveness?
However you want to phrase it, but regardless, like we're selfish and selective about certain traits in the opposite gender. I'm just arguing that a man's conditions, right, going back to conditional, are far less than a woman's. But since we ask for way less, don't be a hoe, it has way more weight. Because since men ask for so little.
I agree.
Versus women ask for way more. So I find it funny when women say, well, I want you to be tall, charming, good looking, make money.
Who said women want that? Who said you keep saying women want taller, stretcher, whatever. Maybe women don't want that.
Let me
it is true.
I've interviewed almost 1,700 women on the show.
I don't want taller.
Fantastic.
I don't want...
That's you. I've interviewed almost 1,700 women on the show.
Not everyone.
Overwhelmingly, they want a man who's taller, ambitious, confident, more money than them, better than them in almost every metric. You might be different. You might not care about any of that stuff, but most women do.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that since most women want all these things, I just find it funny that they say, and I want you to be loyal to me.
But women bring different things to the table.
Like what?
You could even list 3.
Just
I'm just saying, like, we don't ask for much.
right. Okay. You want to sleep around? Do we not bring like the most like loyalty ever? Like, are women not fiercely loyal to you when they're really in love with you?
They're not fiercely loyal.
Well, that's the kind of women you're attracting. We also provide children. We provide genetics. We take care of the house. We cook. We clean. You know, and this is all like debating if like you pick that girl that does those things, and she brings those things to the table, and she does those things really well. Like, can you do those things really well? The same way that you can go out and hunt and do whatever.
Well, here's the difference. A lot of other girls can do that too, which is why
I agree.
Polygamy
there's
is a
mad,
thing.
and that I agree. There's way more girls out there than there are
I can hire a
guys.
maid. I can hire a nanny. I can hire all that stuff.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope that happens.
Everything, ladies, here's the truth. Besides children, everything a woman does can be outsourced. Okay, but and that's true. That's true. But for a man, right? For a man
needs peace. He needs
it can be outsourced.
He needs like it can be outsourced to a certain extent, though. It's not gonna stop your want.
Women are the ones that look for long-term relationships and security. You can't get that unless you have a man. But everything a woman typically provides can be outsourced. That's what I'm trying to say.
Even the same with the guy too.
What?
Yeah,
the same with the guy too. Can be outsourced
if you're
too.
wealthy enough, if you've got your bag enough, like you technically
you can't outsource security.
Yeah,
I can't secure myself.
Here's
yes,
I feel like
you can say you can secure yourself.
What kind of security is the man bringing? Exactly, like
money.
Enough security that none of y'all would have to have a fucking OnlyFans. That's how much. Seriously, no, think about it. Would you rather have a man that you were absolutely in love with and you were completely on his mission and you wanted to be a support system of him and you didn't have to have OnlyFans? Let's not fucking cap.
None of us, even if I have a man.
You have OnlyFans by choice.
It's a job. It's a job.
You would rather have a man absolutely in love with,
I
that's
do have
making
a
a
man
bunch
I'm absolutely in love
Right.
with.
I
have to
but
be
I
a
was
boss
upfront
of
with him, so he
myself.
accepted
but
it.
2 marriages,
Yeah,
1 man.
Same man.
Yeah,
So
fuck
what's
you,
the
though.
problem?
So something
He wasn't
something's
interested.
obviously
I'm
broken
not-
there. You married him
gonna marry.
twice.
I'm not
No,
gonna
I
marry
actually
a
went to
rich
jail,
guy
if you want to know what happened
to
there.
spend
but-
his money on me. I'm gonna be the boss of my own self. That's why I
Go,
choose
Queen.
my
then
career.
enjoy the cats in
That's-
the box wine. I'm cool with
That's
that. I don't have a
it.
problem with that.
Exactly. It's a
Yeah.
choice. It's a choice.
Cool. But let's not bullshit. If you could be married and have a family
Now,
and a
even
house
though
and
I'm
a
gonna
life,
do my own
don't you think
thing.
you'd rather give up the
You
OnlyFans?
have to have separate lives, guys. You have to have
No?
separate lives.
No, I
Yeah,
would.
absolutely. Like, let's not
I'm
bullshit.
not gonna
I
wait
would
for him to
absolutely
give
take
me
that
his
over
money.
everything
No.
else.
Every woman would take that over everything else. The problem is there's too many weak ass fucking men and not enough good men to make women want to
Thank
get
you.
behind them.
That's absolutely
I was gonna wait
That's
for
true.
you
Cool.
to
All right,
spend your
fine.
money. No.
Every woman would take that over everything else. The problem is there's too many weak ass fucking men and not enough good men to make women want
Thank
to get behind
you.
them.
That's absolutely
I was gonna
true.
wait
That's
for you
true.
to
All right,
spend your
fine.
No, but there's also too many hoes and promiscuous and toxic and cheaters that used not to be like that, like in the past. So both sides have a problem. And I did a video on YouTube saying stop being a bitch, exactly about that, talking about the problems from both sides, male and female. So, you understand.
Right, but let's not bullshit. If that man walked in front of you, you'd be like, fuck this OnlyFans account. Like, let me get behind what he's doing. Maybe I can help in the office. Maybe I can help him at work. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can give him
Yes,
kids.
of course,
I'm gonna be
you're
loyal
right.
and fuck.
You're right.
I'm happy to be with him. House is clean. I'm ready to suck dick. Let's go.
100%. But
Let's not bullshit.
eventually it's not healthy. It's not gonna be healthy.
What's that?
What's not healthy?
Why
It's
is
not
it not going to be healthy?
What's not healthy about being in love like
You're
that?
haram.
I'm very
Look, with your attitude, you ain't gonna worry about it. Welcome to the streets, bro. Cool. Somebody's gonna want that deal. In fact, most women want that deal. Let's not bullshit. If a man comes
If
through
you're
and
a
he's
king, you would want a queen with you. If you're a king, you would want a queen. You don't want someone who's not liable for themselves. Okay, you disappear. Have something happen to you.
man.
How can she take care of herself?
What?
How can she take care of herself?
He
You're not
made
there.
sure he had enough money that if
a
that
man-
were to
a man doesn't give
happen,
a fuck how much money you make.
It's
Using
not
a
about
very
you.
toxic relationship where the men don't come up, don't stand up, don't provide, and says that's exactly as the man being a good man, providing, loving her, giving her support, when it's totally the opposite. And you have to have that notion that a lot of females come traumatized, and it is your job to reflect, see how yours past was, and see that no, your past ain't the only option. There are good marriages, there are good relationships. I know bad marriage. I'm not gonna go into it, but that doesn't make the rule. If I was going that route, from my experience, again, we're not gonna have any no relationships, and you have to overcome that and reflect your. That's what you have to do.
It's about her.
So-
It's about me and secure about myself.
She's saying,
Alright,
for
cool.
example, if you leave her, how she can be
Exactly.
secure? No, that's a concern.
Yes, you're right.
However,
Yes, you're
the
right.
man hardly ever leaves. And let's be real here. Most women divorce men.
But
so,
they cheat there.
so
They cheat there. So
no. If a
That's
guy
not the
cheats,
reason.
it's not even that bad.
it's a
It's
reason.
about money.
It's because if he cheats, I'm gonna leave him.
Look,
Well,
if you,
that's you.
Yes.
You're leaving him, but he won't
Yes.
leave you.
Because I'm not gonna independent of his money. That right?
but no man wants a woman with a foot out the fucking door anyway. So if you need to hold on to your OnlyFans account so you can
Not
show
every
other dudes
man.
ass
Maybe
and
some
titties to
guys
make a little
would
money, it's
find
bullshit.
it attractive. Some
Yeah.
guys find it attractive to wake up every day and look sexy. That's fine.
Hey, put
Not
it this
you.
way: if the girl has OnlyFans, she can bring you a lot of ladies. That was your
Oh, he's
prerequisite
gonna
there.
be 100%
How would you bring
now.
How would you bring
Bring other
ladies?
women
He's
to
gonna be
the table.
100% now.
How'd
I'm
you bring
just saying.
lady?
I think she means
being
like
funny.
collabs, like other creators.
No, he will be 100% now.
All right. You were trying to say something before. I know you were trying to say something.
Right now.
Well, I was a little confused about what exactly is what exactly is the relationship goal we're all talking about here? Are we talking about marriage kids?
Marriage
Are we
kids.
talking about long-term relationships? Are we talking
Yeah,
about
marriage kids.
Okay, so marriage kids, this kind of type of thing. Okay, that goes directly back to my point
Mhm.
of if you are searching for someone that is of equal value of your socioeconomic status, the majority of everything that has been listed in this entire 30-minute conversation is not going to matter because you are going to share the same values.
I disagree with that.
How?
Because, like you guys said, the original question was, would a guy that is in a higher status want somebody that represents him accordingly? And this is directly from a guy that is in a higher status. Yes, it does. You know why? Because it's going to fuck up his money. If you're somebody that doesn't represent him accordingly.
And that's the problem. Like, what are she saying? First is because he's on a shit. Now is because he's gonna mess the money that he made. A guy who knows to make money, knows to invest it, he doesn't lose it like that. Why are you using such like unique examples that not necessarily is not necessarily majority of time is not true. Like the people who get money ghosted is not the biggest percentage of people. It's more the athletes, ballers, hustlers. Everybody knows now how to invest, be real estate, stocks, crypto, like, and he for sure knows more than you how to invest and keeps his money that he's made and work hard for it. So very like extreme examples
In the world that can potentially tarnish relationships that he has, that can potentially tarnish the image that he has, and that can directly fuck with his money.
So
and nobody that has worked that hard has put that much work in, and everything that he said, honestly, as much as we don't want to hear it, is absolutely true.
Okay, I 100%. I 100% agree with her, and I have to get my point across here. There are men that make $30,000 a year.
I don't want that man. I'm sorry.
Okay, but listen, that man. But listen, this man, listen.
It's the truth.
Okay.
Dead ass.
Look, de acuerdo. But this man goes to work every day. Okay, he works his 9 to 5. He maybe works overnights. He supports his family on this 30 grand, right? The type of woman that he is going to be compatible with is going to make 30 grand or less. Okay, there's men that are going to make 300 grand, right? The type of woman that he's going to be compatible with is going to be less than 300
That's not
grand.
true, though. That's not true.
It's completely
Let me
true.
tell you something.
It's
There's
completely
women
true.
like we have heard in this table that want to feel secure for themselves. The problem with women is they want to feel secure for themselves and they make all this money, and they also want a guy that makes a lot of money. That is not going to happen. If you make all the money, what do you need the guy to make the money for you? You want a different type of relationship, but in a different type of dynamic. You want a guy that is home, that cooks for you, that does certain things, and that is okay.
No.
That
I have to disagree with you because I've been in a relationship exactly like that.
And you got tired of it. Because nobody wants that type of guy. As much as we say, I want to be this, this is the problem what I have with feminism.
I'm sorry. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I've been in a relationship where I've made more money than the man, and I felt secure. And
okay, that's good.
No, it was not good.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point.
Right. So you're only reiterating what I'm saying is that
I think it's the other way around, to be honest.
The man always has to make more money than the woman.
Yeah.
For the relationship
the man does
to be
not
secure.
always have to make more. It depends, again, on the type of relationship that you want. I've known women CEOs that make a lot of money that they're okay with having, but there's a different dynamic to the relationship. I go back to that. Me, myself, the type of man that I want a man that is secure, that can provide for a family, and historically, genetically, we're meant to want that. Like, think about us from a primitive perspective.
I'm having trouble understanding where we're differing here.
Okay, look at it from a primitive perspective. What the guys do before society, before anything else, they hunted, they provided for the family. What the women do, we gather and raise children.
Correct. So
that is innate in us.
Where's the argument here?
See, I don't
I
understand where you're disagreeing
I think
with
we,
me.
It's because I know why. Because you said earlier that a man wants a woman on the same socioeconomic status. You tried to make the argument that, hey, he makes $30K a year. He wants a girl that makes $30K per year. The difference is this.
Okay.
If the woman loses her job, he will be okay with supporting her.
Yes.
If the man loses his job, she'll be okay with supporting him temporarily. That is the biggest difference. So the point we're trying to make here is this. Men, in general, don't care about a woman's socioeconomic status, her education, her earning potential. Those are all pluses, but they're not the main attraction triggers. However, on the other way, a man's earning status, his education, all these other traits that, collude into his ability to provide do matter a lot.
Okay, I believe that that is correct
Yes.
to a certain dollar sign.
What do you mean by this?
To a certain dollar sign.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, there are men who are not going to look below a certain level of socioeconomic status for a partner, and that is 100% correct.
That is incorrect. The more money a man makes, the less he cares about a woman's socioeconomic status.
Then why do Americans fly mail order brides in every year from Eastern Europe?
Okay, that's easy. No, but because
Men don't give a fuck.
Men don't.
Men don't care. Beauty, loyalty, the end.
You know the guys that care how much money a woman makes? The guys that are making
They're broke.
$30K a year.
Only broke guys care. And I'll tell you another thing about love.
That's the truth.
I say this all the time.
Okay, so you're coming from a love perspective, and I'm coming from a partnership perspective. And once you get past a certain amount of revenue, once you get past a certain amount of wealth, I'm not talking about rich people. I'm not talking about rich people. I'm talking about.
It's incredible. Like, how can she not understand? Men and women are different. We don't care how many money girls do, even if it's none. Like, literally, she can be a college student. And we can, like, help her out, paying her fees. We don't care at all. Like, she just cannot accept that men and females are different. Females want to be provided, men don't. Oh, it's incredible.
About wealthy people. Okay.
And every man don't want to be provided. No, I would love to have a female who will pay everything I wanted. Buy me a car, properties, and all that. Is this a dream world? Yes. But would I prefer like 18, 19, beautiful, young, beautiful woman with no money, still studying maybe, no job, or a 40 years old, attractive, fit, which is a millionaire? I would prefer the 18. And that's the reality of men. Like youth and beautifulness is above resources, and that's just the dynamic between men and women. That's how we are. Like, just accept it.
Okay, wealthy people are not going to date lower than a certain level.
You're missing the biggest point here.
Okay. Yeah.
If a woman loses her wealth and her ability to provide, it does not change where the man sees her. I got you, baby. It's fine. However, the other way around, if the woman is put in the breadwinner situation, which will inevitably do what? Put her in a leadership position,
yes,
she will lose respect and attraction for that man.
100% of
it. So your point doesn't make sense because you're trying to argue that at a certain level, socioeconomic. What I'm arguing is that in general, men don't care about a woman's socioeconomic status, even if he doesn't make that much money himself. If his girl loses her job, he's not going to lose attraction for her. He might get annoyed a little bit. He might say, damn, I got to pick up the bills. You should get a job, whatever. But he's not going to leave her on the fact that she doesn't make money. But the other way around, she will absolutely leave him on the fact that he doesn't make money.
Okay, so
attraction is not symmetrical.
Okay, so we're talking about two different things. You're talking
She's
about
talking about the elite.
Yeah.
But I also call bullshit because look at Princess Diana.
And
checkmate.
And what happened to her?
Maybe Elizabeth killed her, but it didn't change what Charles wanted. But did it change what Charles wanted?
Exactly.
Did it change Charles' choice? No.
He wanted.
He picked her. He went down to wherever she was and brought her up. Men don't give a fuck. Men don't care.
But then
all men cheat.
Right. But then he publicly cheated, and then she left, and she was out of the equation.
It didn't
Because
matter.
she was
He
never
picked her.
that important.
Men don't cheat. They just exercise options, especially
That's
at a
it.
certain level.
That proves my point.
Well, we never said that men don't have sex with other. The only difference between a regular guy and a guy that has money is the guy that has money will probably go out there and actually fuck
Who
the
is
girl.
Prince Charles still with to this day?
I don't know who he's with.
He's with the lady that he cheated on Princess Diana with.
Okay, is that lady of lower socioeconomic status?
She's of the same socioeconomic status.
No,
as
she's not.
He is.
She's not. She's lower. That's why the queen didn't want him to be with her. She's a liar.
You brought her up, correct?
No, she was more than Princess Diana.
What was she before?
She was, correct me if I'm wrong, but she was of.
If we're going to use royalty,
elite. Yeah.
a king can marry a peasant and turn her into a queen. A queen won't even look a peasant's way. That's the difference. Men elevate women status-wise. Women do not elevate men status-wise because women don't even look that way.
Right.
So what are we arguing here?
Yeah.
So exactly to my point that okay, but
That's why celebrities date celebrities.
So y'all on the same
But yo,
Disney pipe dream.
Don't attract.
you know what I don't understand? You got 3 multimillionaires telling you how
this
guys
is wild,
think
bro.
you're saying we're wrong. I'm like, bro, we're telling you niggas don't care about money. It's like,
They
yo, you're
literally
hard.
don't
I'm not
They
talking
don't
about
care.
money. I'm not
Have you
talking
seen the
about money.
movie?
When you say things about values like body count and you're talking about how women are composed in front of certain people and how they manage themselves,
Yeah.
you're not gonna find that woman, particularly, I'm sorry, on the corner of Calle Ocho.
Actually, you can. If
Yeah,
she's
you can.
raised well
Yeah,
by her parents, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
And they're going to value that
Listen.
more than her socioeconomic status or her
Listen.
education.
Nobody cares.
listen. Okay, but listen.
All right, listen.
I'm listening.
Socioeconomic status is composed of 2 words: society and economics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have proven that society is part, yes, and economics is another part. So when you pick someone based on their society, like as in they're raised well,
Mhm.
right? Okay, to a certain degree, economics is going to come into it because when you take this person that has the society aspect, as in raised
Have
well,
you ever had a dream that
Chris, let her finish, bro. Go ahead.
the economic status comes in when you take her somewhere and she doesn't know how to behave.
Okay.
Okay.
That's where you can train her. This
Yeah.
is why younger women, going back to what I was going to say, this is why younger women are more desired because they're more impressionable. A man can teach his girl how to behave in certain situations. Men are okay with being mentors to their women.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what being a leader is.
Never, not never, as a man, look to the woman and be like, you know what, I like her, but her table manners are shit. Never.
Yeah.
Never.
elevate her.
Nobody, we don't give a fuck.
Even
Nobody
girls-
cares.
Even girls, the same thing.
Don't care.
It goes with the same. It's the same.
No, I care.
If I love
No,
someone,
girl,
I care.
I care.
Yeah,
I care.
If I
Yeah,
like
men
you,
don't
I
care.
like you. That's it. It's
I think we
I care.
made this point earlier, but just so you know, ladies, men want very simple things: loyalty. You're not a hoe, feminine,
beauty,
and you have peace for him. That's pretty much
You
it.
come from a good foundation. He'll elevate you and
Yeah.
he'll train you and make you a better girlfriend. I know some of you guys are saying, "Oh my God, train! That's so misogynistic." If you want to go and be a professional basketball player, you want to train for a boxing match, etc., you have to train, right? If you're with a
Okay.
higher status guy, you got to train as well.
Okay,
You got
so
to elevate yourself.
who determines what higher status means? Because higher status for you is a definition that for someone else is on a completely different level.
The market decides,
Okay, so then who are you looking
and money
for?
is money is one facet of that.
Okay, so then what really is at the the parent?
The reality is she's 37. She is less knowledge than every girl in the panel. And that's the reason, like, she's 37 and single because of that. She refuses to understand men and just want to argue. Like, that would help her anyway. So it's unfortunate. But it's her fault in the ultimate finale.
paradigm in between at the complete bottom of all of this is who are you looking for? You're saying you're a high value man and you're looking
I never
for
explicitly said that, but go ahead, continue. I'm listening.
In general,
it was insinuated. Okay.
by somebody else.
It was insinuated that 3 multimillionaires were sitting here, and so you are insinuating that you are high value men. That is the topic of the conversation, right? What are you looking for? Correct. So when you take that into an account, right, you have to look.
We have a lot of messages. I didn't start it, bros. My bad. Oh my god, hi. Hi to you too, man. Oh, bro. How are you, Poppy? Oh, damn, your body is insane. Thanks, man. What a love in here. Only I just want a man who knows how to fuck me good. It's not all about money. Cool. Dollars. Yeah, no, not everybody's all about the money. It says some money though. Those arms, goddamn. Thanks, man. DM me Young Real after this stream on Whispers. I don't have Whispers, and I don't even know what this is, to be honest. I only have Instagram and TikTok, YouTube, Rumble, Twitch. Wish the stream wasn't buffering. Yeah, man, I wish it too. Like, this internet is crazy. For real. My bad. Seems okay. Air on. Seems okay, man. Your chest and arms are insane. Thanks, man. That's the day. That's the day. Chest day. So tomorrow was about to be arms, or it was not gonna be because I have an interview. So we'll do abs, and after tomorrow we'll do arms. Slowly it a lot. It will be really good. I would arm wrestle you, man. We have to try to see who's there. Let's try it.
Look for someone who is going to be trainable, one, like you said,
Coachable.
Coachable, right? Or someone who is going to be already your equal.
And that's where you're wrong, because men don't care about dating an equal. Women do. The issue here is that you keep using the female attraction triggers and trying to prescribe it to men, and I'm telling you, you're incorrect. Like you're saying, because women look for someone who's bare minimum, they're equal. Men don't care about that stuff. Why do you think that there's a bunch of 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, etc., on a boat, multi-million-dollar boat with a bunch of multimillionaires? They don't give a shit about her education or her income, but she's around higher tier men. Why?
Okay.
Because men value youth, beauty, and fertility. The other things you're mentioning, socioeconomic status, income, education, that comes after the fact. But she's got to be attractive in the first place to even get her foot through the door.
Okay,
That's why
so
I've
she
always
gets
said there's
her foot
nothing
through the
worse.
door.
There's nothing worse than an educated woman that's ugly that makes money, because she's never going to get a chance.
Okay, so the woman who gets her foot through the door.
The woman is a woman on OnlyFans coachable for relationship.
The woman who gets her foot in the
It
door
could
has
happen.
the kids, and then she
Just
gets
the past
divorced.
might be a problem for some people.
Just asking.
Yeah.
Because you speak about coachable and
You don't
can help
ask.
these women.
You don't ask. You value yourself. They don't value you unless you value yourself.
What are you saying?
I never know what she's saying.
Yeah, I don't know what she's saying,
Like, every
bro.
time she talks, I'm like, what?
Yeah,
It just bothers me sometimes.
random inserts. I mean,
It's spiritual.
Yeah, you'll just
It
have
was
random
spiritual.
inserts. But I think what you're having a tough time grasping is that attraction is not symmetrical between the genders. It's asymmetrical. We value completely different things in opposite gender. You value experience, we value inexperience. We value a woman that has a low body count, you value a guy that has potentially a higher body count from his experience, trials, and tribulations. You value income and status, we don't. Like, we look for completely different things. It's been that way since the beginning of time, and you're saying, well, a guy should want this, and he should want a woman of socioeconomic status, and a guy makes a certain amount of money, he should want this. Should, could, and would are fantastic, but we operate on what is. What is that men don't care about that stuff in general.
I think personally, if you want to find a man,
no offense, you went to Cornell, Ivy League school, fantastic, but no guy's dick is going to get hard and say, holy shit, go Big Red, I'm so horny for you. They don't care.
My dick
Because
got kinda hard
here's
over
the
that,
truth. Here's the truth. If a man says that, that's one thing. I went to an Ivy League, I'm a higher earner, whatever. If a woman says it, cool, but there's a girl over there, she's 21.
Men, you have to train same time as me to be stronger. So we have real competition then. We have to go on self-improving ourselves.
She went to FIU, she's hotter, I'm going with her. Men look for completely different things.
I think personally, if you want to find a man for yourself, it's just very, very simple. What does he want? It's that simple. I thought you guys put your wants on the man and then say, what does he want me? We're telling you what men really want. That's it. It's not like rocket science. Men want simple things. That's it.
You're absolutely right. And those are the first questions that you need to ask. You try to when you go on a date with a guy, you just sit there and you just try to find out as much as you can about them. And then you can tell exactly how you can get that guy.
I'll save you the headache. Men are very simple.
Yeah.
We all honestly operate under the same thing. The only difference between me and a more regular guy is I could be more honest about my intentions because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
A lot of guys think the way we do. All right. Like some guys go out. If you ask any guy, yo, do you want 5 girls or 1 girl? They're going to say 5 girls. Do you want to have money and fast cars or no cars? Money and fast cars. The only difference is that some guys don't have the means to actually, do it and say it.
Yeah.
Most guys are monogamous out of necessity, not out of want.
Correct. Okay, so what do you mean by more regular guys? Because you just differentiated, you just separated yourself and put yourself in a completely different class.
What I am saying is that me and a guy that makes 50K per year have the same desires. The only difference is I'm able to enact on said desires easier because I have a socioeconomic status and a resources to be able to enact on what I want to do to a higher level because I'm more attracted to a wider demographic of women. He wants to do the same thing, but he might be limited by his social standing, his income, whatever it may be. But if he could trade places with me and do what I'm doing, he would do it. Men are very simple, ladies. You guys are complicating this.
So how did you not just prove my point that socioeconomic status matters?
Because it only matters in one direction.
Yeah.
You're acting as if it matters in both directions, and men don't give a fuck.
Bam.
That's all.
Done.
That's simple. It's simply that.
It's done.
It's very simple. For the 30th time, men don't care. That's all. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but men don't care.
Men don't care when it. Okay, so you're telling me men don't care.
They don't care.
The men that care, the ones
And
who
what I've noticed, I'm going to break the third wall here because we've interviewed almost 1,700 girls here. What I've come to realize is that the older a woman is, no offense to you, the more educated she is, the higher status she has, the more prestigious her job or whatever it may be, the more difficult it is for her to grasp this concept that attraction is not symmetrical. Because I get it. You were raised to think men and women are the same. Men want strong, independent women. Your education matters. A guy should get turned on by your accolades. And the reality is
that at all.
We don't. Well, you keep arguing for it as if you don't understand, but it's very.
No, I'm not arguing for it. But what I'm saying is once you get past a certain,
age.
Okay, fine, age level, whatever status in life, once you get into a different status in life, there are certain things that do and don't matter to people. And that just
all right.
Well, I never thought I would be an OnlyFans.
Let's agree to disagree.
We'll just move on. I think
nowhere very fast.
Yeah.
Okay, pass the bright time.
Listen, some chats here.
All right, we got here. Love you, Mara, Justin and Fresh, lady from Saudi Arabia. It's too hard. Sucks to lose any. They're gorgeous women to the streets.
Really. The reality is he's 37, and being 37 as a female, you feel like. It's not like you feel, that you are in disadvantageous competing about 20 years old. So she wants to force her belief that having education and all that matters, because if she stops believing that, then she will come to the truth that I'm still single at 37 and I'm competing with 18, 19, 20 years girls who are like very beautiful. So it's really a cope mechanism, to be honest. And we talk about, I did talk about that a lot when I was doing my bachelor in psychology, how most people's problems, instead of being real and dealt with, people just cope with excuses. because it will bring suffer when you accept the truth. But it's really the best option, but some people cannot deal with it, at least at the moment. It's a self-defense mechanism.
I didn't get anything of
What?
it.
He basically said that it sucks that they lost you to feminism and being independent and being free, as you said earlier.
What?
Nothing.
No, it's
Okay.
okay. It's all right.
All right. Real ratings from Prince. Brittany 3, Victoria 3.5, Drea 3, Nat 6.5, Dira 2.5, Marissa 6.5, Natalie 3.5.
Thank you.
Malath 4 and Ariella 1.5. Any of you guys want to say anything back to Jabby Nuts?
Your mother.
Your mother.
It's a hobby.
Javier.
Ladies, what's the capital of Thailand? Bangkok, bang dick, bang tits, or bang pussy?
Oh my god.
All right. If she has OnlyFans, she is not your only man. Okay. And that's from Cam 2 times. Congrats on your 1 million subs, my bros. It's so sad the girls applaud the Saudi girl for being on OnlyFans. How's that women empowerment? Just shows the kind of time we live in today. I'm scared for the future of women. Yeah. Real quick, I'll go around the table. Do you guys think do you think OnlyFans empowers you?
I don't know. Not really. It just makes me money.
Okay. What about you?
I think women should do whatever the fuck they want to do, just like men do.
Go, girl.
Yeah.
Go,
Okay.
queen.
So you said no, just money. And then you think women should be able to do whatever they want? Okay, fair enough. Would it be, do you also,
Unless they're trying to get a guy, because I guess that matters to them.
okay. So are you okay with, I agree with that as well, that women should be able to do what they want.
I
However,
also agree.
I think that there's consequences for certain decisions.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think as long as you're honest and upfront, they choose what they walk into. If somebody doesn't want to tolerate it, then you need to know upfront so you can make your decision.
What if I told you that most guys don't tolerate it? It's just that they're limited by their options and they tolerate it out of
All I
necessity.
care about is my guy. And he knows, he knew upfront, he knew what he walked into, and that's it.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
If I gave him two scenarios, you don't do porn versus you do porn, what do you think you would prefer?
Don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's probably had that talk with you before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So he definitely doesn't like it.
No.
So he
I
accepts
wouldn't-
it.
No, I never said he liked it.
Okay.
But he
So-
knew what it was when he signed up. So it's his choice, is what I'm saying. Sorry.
It's his choice by lack of choice.
No,
Yeah.
he has a lot of choices. He's
Yeah,
a very handsome man. Yeah.
Clearly
got
not.
lots of
He
choices.
clearly
You
not.
had to
He
force
wouldn't
you
overlook that if
twice.
he had
I
if he
am
had
the shit,
choice.
sir. I don't know if
I
you
think
know.
I think that you're amazing.
But
I think you're amazing, but
in bed.
that I
Go
guess
ahead,
that's
Jess.
up, that's to be interpreted.
He
I'm sure.
definitely doesn't have lack of choices. I will tell you that.
I would say that if you do porn and he doesn't want you to, he has
I
lack of
don't
choice
do
to some
porn. I
regard.
have done porn.
Same thing.
You
No,
did.
it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Taking dick on camera,
6 years ago has
Doesn't-
anything to do with today.
internet's forever.
Same shit.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same
It's like a
pussy.
choice.
In the eyes of men. In the eyes of men. I
And
know
by
for
the
you
way,
it doesn't.
by the way, that's not
the
to
same,
shit
but-
on you. I just do think it is the same thing.
I mean,
Like I'm sure you're fucking amazing. No, absolutely nothing against you, but it to some degree, if he doesn't like it or didn't like it, it is by lack of choice in some way.
So wait, question. So why did you stop then?
Because I only did like a 4-scene contract and just did my 4 scenes and got my clout and kept moving.
You did only 4 scenes?
Yeah.
Was a big part of the reason stopping because your husband didn't like it?
No, we weren't together. I was actually single.
Okay. But now that you're back with him, like clearly it bothers him. So would you say that you're not doing it again now because he doesn't want you to do it?
I just did it because I only had the 4 scenes to do and I just did them and that was it. It was a choice. I thought I wanted to go down that road and I was like, maybe
She
not.
belongs to the
Kind of
streets.
stuck my toe in and was like, I'm good. So
Interesting.
Kind of hard to just stick your toe in.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
she's stuck-
toes were in there.
She's
So
many more
yeah,
More than a toe.
because like I said before, I think your guy accepts it more out of necessity versus that's what it is.
What do you mean necessity though? Like he
Because
has to accept it? Or?
In an optimal situation, most guys, I would argue, if I lined up 100 dudes, 95 of them would prefer that their girl was not involved in any type of
Oh,
porn
100%.
industry or sex industry.
Yeah, no, he's a very private guy. Like he hates the fact that it has happened, but it happened. So it's like,
Yeah.
I was truthful. I was honest. He didn't hear from somebody else. He made his own decision. That's on him if he doesn't want to accept something like that.
I don't want to say this, But
Say it.
you think he's faithful?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I do.
That doesn't surprise me, actually.
He's definitely faithful.
Hey, I believe that.
Nobody's giving him more than me. Hands down. Nobody. In any aspect. Like, not even just sexual. Nobody would ever give him more than I give him. So he's going nowhere.
Man, he has a lot of confidence.
Oh,
yeah, especially when we asked her what are the 3 things to the table, she couldn't name them. There's so many things, but I can't name them right now.
Put me on the spot. There's a difference.
Okay. He married you
All
twice? God damn.
All right.
Literally.
Do you think OnlyFans and girls being able to do what they want is empowering?
Well, the OnlyFans is no. It just looks so done upon. It's not empowering. It doesn't make you feel like.
So why do you do it?
Because
it pays you?
It's a means to an end. It's a means to
It's
an
something.
end.
It's like for me, I feel like it's like a momentarily thing. Like I don't want to do it for the rest of my life. You know,
Okay.
I don't see myself doing it for the rest of my life.
What about you? Is it empowering?
No, not exactly.
So why do you do it?
To support myself.
Okay. What about you? Is it empowering?
I was empowered as a nurse, but I couldn't. At one point, I was 33, and I figured, wow, I'm going to have to work another 30 years till I can retire. And I made a decision based on I can't worry about a man in my life in the future. I had to worry about myself at that point. So I feel very empowered now. I was able to put myself in a way better situation, my friends, my family, and I live a better life now. So I do feel empowered.
You feel empowered.
Yes.
Okay.
I felt empowered doing both jobs.
What do you feel more empowered doing?
Being a nurse.
Okay. But you still feel empowered doing the OnlyFans as well. Okay. What about you? You don't do OnlyFans, but do you think OnlyFans is empowering?
I mean, in a sense of money, it probably gives them security. Like, that's why I would do it. I feel like I'd be happy money wise, but like,
So you would do it?
no. I mean,
You literally
no,
just said.
no.
Okay.
For money, I would, but I would be kind of like insecure knowing that like my family could see this.
So it's not empowering.
Not really.
Okay. What about you? Don't do OnlyFans. What are your thoughts on it? Would you? Is it empowering?
I don't think so.
Why not?
But I do respect everybody's choice to do so.
Got to put in that nice disclaimer.
Of course, I
Okay,
do.
go ahead.
I feel,
Respectfully.
listen,
Respectfully.
respectfully, if you want to go ahead and do that, like nobody should stop you, and you should be able to go ahead and do that. And if you're confident enough to do it, and whatever you want to do, just do it. It's just not for me, and I wouldn't find it myself empowering at all.
Okay. What about you? Is it empowering for you, Miss Saudi Arabia?
It's very empowering.
Okay. Why is it empowering?
I am very proud of myself. Exactly, because I'm just breaking all these cycles from forbidden stuff, and girls shouldn't do this, and girls shouldn't do that, and I think every girl has the freedom to do whatever she wants, and I don't think any guy has the right to judge.
Okay. All right.
Not funny.
What about you? Do you think it's empowering, OnlyFans? And
I believe it
sex
can
work?
be empowering.
Okay.
For sure.
Why don't you partake in it then?
Because I don't have a financial necessity for it.
Okay, so it would only be done for finances, nothing else.
I'm pretty sure everybody does OnlyFans.
Everybody thinks OnlyFans is so easy.
It's
to
not
make money.
It's
It's
not
not.
easy. Yeah, it's
not everyone
it's
can
not
do it.
easy. It's
Yeah.
very. It's
It's a
no,
lot.
There's a lot that goes into
to be
it.
very
I
smart.
I do know people that
Like
that are
what?
content creators on OnlyFans.
It's a job.
It's
So you think it's empowering, but you don't do it. But you're not. But you don't partake. But you do think it's empowering.
Well, my skill set is better used in other arenas. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
So, let me ask you this, and I'll go around the table. Do you think it's empowering to show your body off to strangers whacking off to you? And I mean, just being honest, do you think it is realistic? Because that's honestly what's going on. That's why the people are watching you. That is what is actually going on behind the screen. They're whacking off to you being naked.
What is walking?
Is that empowering?
Jerking off.
That in particular, yes.
Depending on where your mindset is in the moment, if you need that for your self-confidence, and if that isn't what's
What?
empowering you and helping you,
Okay.
if there are women who have been disrespected and told their whole life that if there are women who have been disrespected their entire life and told that their sexuality is something that they should be ashamed of, but they find the freedom to project all of that to the world, and
Go,
they're able
queen.
to release that to the world and disarm themselves of the shame of their natural sexuality and their
Preach.
bodies and be completely proud of just who they are.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Oh,
it's
trust me, they're gonna
empowering.
release her, right?
Yeah, they release.
Some
Okay,
nuts.
fine.
So you're
Yes,
saying
and
that
that's fine, and that's fine. But you know what? And that's fine, because at the end of the day,
I
you
looking at
don't
her
know what
crazy.
someone has been through to be able to allow them to reach the point where they're confident enough to show their bodies to the world, and they don't care that the internet is forever.
That's true.
You know, you don't know what someone has been through to come to the point to say, you know what, I'm not ashamed of this. And you don't know if they're looking for someone who is preferring an almost virgin. They might not want a Myron. They might not give two shits if a Myron is looking for
Even the
them.
girl,
Okay.
even the girl she's defending is like looking the other way. Even she's not enjoying. Like this is crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So at the end of the day, yes, I do believe that it can be extremely empowering. And it just depends on who you are and where you're coming from and
Everybody
what you've
loves
been through and what you've
She's
had to
leaving.
go through to
She's
get to the
leaving
point
now.
where you say, you know
Now
what, this
she's
is me
leaving.
and I accept it
It's
and I love it
crazy,
and I'm
man.
comfortable with it.
The girl she's defending now is leaving because she's embarrassed of all the situation.
And I'm proud.
So Timmy goes to school,
Yes.
sees the OnlyFans page that might be
Yes.
yours,
Okay.
right? He's 15 years old.
Okay.
Gets home from school,
Yes.
takes his pants off,
Okay.
walks off.
Uh-huh.
How is that empowering to you?
How is it different from Timmy opening a Playboy magazine in 1979 and whacking off to one of those ladies in the Playboy
Were you on the
magazine
magazine?
from
Because
1979?
you made a choice, right,
Mhm.
to expose yourself
Okay.
to the world.
Correct.
However, Timmy,
Someone's
Yes.
got to do it. It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do
Somebody's
it.
gotta do it. Okay.
you can do whatever you want. I'm just saying,
Sure.
it's kind of a dicey game to play.
Here's the
It
thing.
really is,
You
for sure.
cannot, and this
YOLO.
is very interesting that you brought this point up. I find it very interesting how women don't want consequences for poor decisions. If you sexualize yourself as a woman, 9 out of 10 times, every man you deal with is going to sexualize you as well in reciprocation. A man cannot sexualize you or how do I say this? Objectify you unless you objectify yourself first.
Correct.
That's the reality. So
Correct.
you're saying society, does these things and constricts women's sexuality, whatever. What if it's to protect them? And the reason why it's to protect them is to keep men from giving them the evil eye and objectifying them and looking them at nothing more than a sexual object. What if it's to promote modesty? What if it's to keep that woman's value high to a degree where people don't disrespect her?
If
Because
men
let's be
cared, they
honest,
wouldn't own porn companies.
there's a reason. Well,
I wouldn't be pimps.
Okay, but yes, there's.
It's the truth. Men are just as bad
Well,
with this.
men are just as bad as what?
Like as promoting this whole entire stereotype in women that it's okay for you to do, but not for my daughter to do. But someone else can do it and I can make money off her, or I can own a porn company, or I could own all these things, and we should just do away with it for everybody then.
Okay, I mean that's the way the world operates. There's drug
The world
dealers, there's
doesn't
people involved in all that stuff.
I
But
get it.
I mean, if I'm a drug dealer, like, and I
But
get
do you
arrested,
look
am I
at-
going to
do
get
you watch
mad
porn?
at the fact? No,
Never?
But, no, I make
Just
my own.
asking.
I make my own if I'm
Okay,
going
I'm
to do
just
it.
asking.
But
Just like I asked your number
that's kind of
for a woman.
that's kind of
that
deflecting
you
the
would-
question. The point I'm trying to say is that if you're going to make certain decisions, right? Fast money typically comes with slow problems. To be prepared for people to not respect you. There's a reason why when you go to a job interview, you dress a certain way. Why? So that you can get the job. You're putting your best foot forward. You're coming in a resume, coming in a suit. You're well trained on the job, etc. So I'm not telling you that you can't do pornography, but it is ridiculous to me how girls think that I should be accepted no matter how I behave. If I put a certain light out there, you got to accept it. What if I decided I want to eat Cheetos all day, be fat, drink Mountain Dew,
smoke weed,
play video games, and I deserve a bad bitch. I deserve a baddie. She's becoming sucking my dick on command. No, you guys look at me like I'm delusional and I'm stupid, which, as rightfully so, I am. I do not qualify for this caliber of woman because I haven't put myself up to a certain situation. However, I find it hilarious that women think that the world owes them understanding, and you don't understand. I had bills to pay, or it was tough, or I had to do this, blah blah blah. I'm not saying you can't do that. You can do it, but you need to understand that there are consequences to your actions, and women are allergic to the word accountability. You're saying be sexually free, whatever it may be. That's cool. You can be sexually free, but don't sit there and expect people to respect you. They're not going to.
Okay, so again, you're
Some people are
As a matter of fact, hold on,
that
real
doesn't mean
fast, real
everyone's
fast.
not gonna respect
Your own actions in life have proven that you didn't want to go that route. Why did you go to Cornell? Why did you get an education? Why did you, strive to go to an Ivy League school?
If
Well,
society
because you
respected women, they
understand-
would pay nurses more, so I didn't have to actually go into this.
Okay,
field.
well,
Let's just be honest.
Yeah, okay, well, you could have, try to get a promotion, become a doctor, do
Promote a
something else.
doctor.
So what
I was a nurse. I took care of
You
dying
could've
children,
become
but
a
I
nurse
make more money being a
practitioner.
porn star on the internet. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Yeah,
Because society doesn't give a fuck. They
About
care
what?
about respecting women like nurses, people that do this, teachers. They don't pay them the same as a porn star can make. So let's change that.
Well, if you're
So
willing,
women, but it's the truth.
well, that's a personal decision that you made where you're willing to compromise
I went that route.
respect
I went that
for
route.
money, which is
I
fine.
needed the money. I couldn't support myself.
On a nurse's salary, nurses make 6 figures.
I live in New York City. I made after taxes in New York City about $100,000 a year.
That is in the top 15% of earners.
I was never going to be rich
Okay.
on a nurse salary.
So
that's facts.
So basically, you decided,
I said, yeah,
I want to be rich.
I don't want to be stressed
I will compromise
every single month. Where
respect,
live paycheck to
right,
paycheck.
from people, because let's be honest, no one
Yeah.
respects porn stars. I will compromise my respect for more money, and that's fine. That's a
did.
decision you made.
It's a decision I made. And I stand by it.
And
yeah.
okay, but you can't
So
get
I'm
mad
still
at
a
society
nurse.
for
I
not accepting
disagree
it.
with your comment that no
About
one
what?
respects porn stars.
No one does, dude.
Yeah,
No
no
one
one
does.
does.
Even women in
I'm
themselves.
not saying I wanted to be a
Not
porn star. I
like
didn't
you
wake
are
up.
gonna disrespect a woman because she's a porn star. It's not like that. There are creeps and weirdos who do that for sure, but not because you do that. That's in general. People not treat you with respect, but people don't wanna associate with you because you are just seen as a sex symbol now instead of a human being, and you put yourself in that situation. That's a problem. That's how people will see you. That's what he means by no respect. Because you want to be treated as a lady, you want to be treated as the wife material, but you behave like a hoe in front of everybody. So now people see you as a hoe only for life. That's why it's the worst type of job that you could ever do.
Even
Say,
women in
I'm gonna
themselves, when
go
they
to college and
when
be a
they
porn star.
talk shit about each other, what's the first insult a girl says?
You're a
You're a
slut.
fucking slut.
Yeah.
You're a hoe.
Off rip.
She's the first thing that women do when they insult each other is they attack their sexual past. Women will sit there and be there, say they're empowered, but that's the first attacking point is you're a hoe, blah blah blah. So let's be honest here, man. Like it's not a profession that's respected, and it's going to disqualify you from a lot of men in a long-term relationship. So you can be sexually free, but you gotta be you gotta understand that freedom comes at a cost.
No one is saying that they don't understand that. No one
It just
at
comes
all
down to money at the end of the day.
no one at all says that they don't understand the consequences of their actions. But I think that where I'm getting hung up on is you are generalizing so much. You say
The
women
world operates
this.
in generalities.
Okay.
We have
Okay,
to.
fine.
All
But
right,
women,
sorry,
women
sorry
this.
to interrupt. This girl's leaving. She's emotional. Miss Haram. So get her out.
All right, just make it quick then. We don't got to make it a whole,
Okay.
thing. Just let her get her stuff, and y'all could escort her out,
Haram!
and take her Instagram off the thing too.
Yeah.
Shorty's crying.
I don't know,
Probably.
but
And here's the thing: that's
I feel
sexual
like
empowerment for you.
Yep.
When you can't speak about what you do openly, and you feel a certain way, it goes back to the biology, man. Women know deep down that this is not acceptable for me to be doing this shit. Like they know it deep down. That's why, like, there's a reason why when a guy asks a girl, "What's your body count?" Whatever, they hesitate. They don't want to say it. There's a reason why when girls say, "I do OnlyFans" or whatever it may be, they're kind of hesitant to say it. Right? Some girls might say it out loud, but deep down, if you meet the man of your dreams, you ain't gonna tell him that shit.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to just
Go ahead.
for sensitivity stop
Sure.
you right there. Have you ever are you from a Muslim country? Are you Muslim?
Yes.
You are Muslim.
Mhm. Mhm.
You are practicing Muslim.
I'm a crappy Muslim. I will acknowledge that. Myself.
Are you a practicing Muslim?
Haram!
Well, I could do better.
Haram!
Okay, so but then you should understand
Mhm.
the amount of pressure and the amount of stigma that comes
Victimized.
behind just a woman
Yeah.
even showing her hair and the majority of her face and her ankles and her body in certain countries. Did you
I don't
hear
have
that
to be
she's from
Muslim to know that
Saudi
every
Arabia?
religion has practiced
Okay.
female modesty.
But this is not religion. This is country. This is culture. This is everything that she's grown up with.
So what are the
and
chances
dealt
that every
with.
culture on the face of the planet practices female modesty? There's a reason for that. Think about that for a second. Think about it. Chinese, all the way to Native Americans, to the Islamic world, Christians, etc. They all practice modesty with women, right? But they never met each other, right? Until colonization is everything else like that. But they all practice female modesty. Why? Because they understood that you got to protect a woman's value. It's a woman's job to preserve a value. It's a man's job to create his value.
Okay.
I'm not telling you you can't do what you want. But for you to sit there and say, yo, we should be accepted no matter what, that's a ridiculous concept. You're not, so you
Sure,
cannot be accepted no matter what.
But you can also respect the fact that it's a little triggering for someone such as yourself.
Triggering like what? I'm just telling the
As
truth.
in, correct, but it's a little triggering for someone such as herself to be put in this position to be able to freely speak about all of these things that again her family, friends, people that she's grown up with, her entire culture has practically disowned her because of just the fact that she doesn't want to wear a hijab.
But here's my
That's
thing. Can
reality,
I say
though.
something?
It is reality.
That's reality. We're not, here's the difference. This is why this podcast is popular. We tell women to their face what men really think and how we view things. Men care about a woman's past. It is what it is. If you have certain types of traits or professions, or you come from a certain background, it's going to disqualify you from a percentage of men. The thing is that we have an issue of male standards, but we don't have an issue of female standards. No bad to eye when a girl says, I want a rich man, a guy that's tall, confident, ambitious. But when a guy says, I don't want a girl that's a porn star or a girl that has a promiscuous past or whatever,
it's a problem.
It's an issue.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think that's reasonable.
You're literally arguing right now for the contrary.
You just said
No,
I
but,
disagree.
no,
I think
I'm
that's
not.
reasonable.
No, I think it's reasonable for each and every individual to have their own particular standards. That's
100%. But then you have to be okay with the backlash that comes from it. Because a lot of people are like, I'm super secure. This is what I do and fuck everything else. And then this happens and she has to leave. That means she's not completely accepting of what she's doing.
Well, we also don't know
psychologically.
we also don't know. We're also supposing why she's emotional. I have to
No,
say
100%, and
also
I
don't know
understand why
exactly
she would be like.
Exactly. All these is empowering, da da da. And you could see clearly the girl next to her, the one who left crying, she was not enjoying it. She was not proud. She did get bothered by the fact that the 15-year-old was looking at her. She was not enjoying it. She was ashamed. So we know what was the reason she left. Everybody knows. This blonde girl is she just likes to lie and argue and not be truthful.
Like that.
What's
But what
going
I'm
on with her?
saying is,
She could have got a text that her dog died. We don't know why
She doesn't have a
You know,
phone with her.
we look at her face. We exactly know what she was going for. It was from your mouth, by the way.
So nice try. The reality is she knows that objectifying herself on the internet for money, clicks, and attention is not the natural state of order of things. Women typically don't want to do that. Okay? She's doing it. What? You got it. Yes, she does OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
You're making an argument for something you're not even aware of.
Yo, somebody save grandma, man.
Oh my God. Well, that goes to show, women will protect each other even if they don't know the facts, bro. We're telling you the truth, man. You can do what you want, but you can't get mad at the consequences.
Okay, so but men will not protect each other even if they don't know the facts.
No, men don't give a shit.
No. Yeah,
Men won't protect each other.
If a dude's a bum, he's a bum, and society is going to ostracize him for it.
Yeah.
So
if a guy doesn't perform, he feels the reality of his inadequacies.
Sure, he does. Okay.
But if
Are
a
you
woman
gonna
doesn't
protect
behave
him?
in a certain way, she does not feel the reality of her inadequacies, which is why this podcast is popular. I'm telling y'all right now how men really view girls that are in certain professions, and you guys don't like it because you haven't been told this. We are indoctrinated to lie to women and tell them you should be accepted no matter how you behave. And I'm here to tell y'all, fuck that shit. No, we're not going to accept you no matter how you behave. Just like you're not going to accept us no matter how much money we make, or we have to make a certain amount of money, we have to behave a certain way, we have to act a certain way. Men have to perform. Why shouldn't women have to perform? And if you make certain
Right.
decisions, you should be disqualified from certain, opportunities. But we tell women they can have the world,
Are
and
you the
no matter
opportunity
what.
that
And let me ask you
that
something
people
But
really
that's the
quick.
problem
Can I ask you?
because we lie. And I don't want to say we because I don't at all. Very truthful, they are very truthful. But society, a lot of things lie. And the problem with the lie is that it's not true. So they go into their 30s, 37, how you can see, and they're like, oh yeah, I can get it. No, you can't. You lost your chance, but nobody told you the truth. So if you knew the truth from the get-go, you could have a way better life than now, instead of being single, probably for the rest of your life, or with a man you don't love and don't respect. So that's the problem with lies. Lies bring consequences. The consequences is a lot of females nowadays, we even have studies of that. I think it's more than 50% or 50% females get into the 30s single and childless. And that's not good. And that's the problem with lying. The consequences are they don't act in the way is more beneficial for them in a way to have a have a fulfilling life with the family and a man they respect while they're still young, catch him.
Good question.
I mean, what? I don't know why you're trying to put this. I'm just telling you how men in general think about this and view this.
Can I ask a question to
Yeah.
like all the girls here?
Yeah.
And be honest, please.
Okay.
Okay, because we all have that one homegirl, right?
Yeah.
That you know that you cannot trust her around your man, and you will not trust her around your man.
Okay.
Am I lying?
I don't have any. No.
Yeah, I would
But-
never have a friend like that.
No, but I'm just saying. I'm not saying your close friend. I'm saying a friend in your group that she's.
She wouldn't
You
be part of my
never.
group.
I mean, and that's I don't know. I
What
don't
does
agree
that have
with
to do
that.
with the question we were talking
What I'm
about?
saying
Just
with the
asking.
question
I don't
is like, don't get
I'm just-
annoyed. I'm
I'm not
just
getting
speaking
annoyed,
my
I'm asking.
mind.
I just don't understand
Um,
in the context to what
we
we're
just
talking
need,
about.
like,
what I'm
clarity.
saying is,
Yeah.
if a guy's is on a certain status, he will not hang out around a guy that's a bum.
But what does
And
that
that
have to
is
do with the
100.
woman?
So it's the same thing. So we're all hypocritical. Fuck. Because we're saying something that it's like you have to be able to be okay with your decision, and you have to be able to be okay with the consequences. I'm like, if anybody really did not give a fuck, then nobody will get mad at what they're saying right now.
No, I'm not mad. No, I don't think.
But that's what I'm saying in general. I'm like, you make your life choices and you have to live by that choice. I'm like, if people don't agree with them, great. That's awesome. Live your life, have your opinion. That does not affect me because I'm okay with the person that I am.
I think what she was trying to get here, correct me if I'm wrong, was that even other women don't necessarily want to tolerate promiscuous women in their friend
100%.
groups.
100%.
For all you guys that are sitting here
Yes.
saying, well,
Maybe
female
I didn't
empowerment
word
and
it
girls,
correctly, yeah.
you were terrible at explaining it, which is why she got
Sorry,
triggered.
my bad.
But what she's trying to say is that even women don't accept a promiscuous woman in their friend group because they're a liability for their own man, aka their security.
100%. And that
That's
is
what
true.
she's trying to
And
say.
that is true.
This is an
Okay.
assumption and a judgment. You're passing a judgment saying that every woman that does OnlyFans is promiscuous.
I never set up, I never.
So a woman is a prostitute, right? She's a prostitute, but she ain't promiscuous. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Thanks for your knowledge, for real.
Mention OnlyFans. I said in your friend group. I didn't say OnlyFans.
Okay,
I have
just to
plenty
clarify.
of friends that do
Sure,
that
just
do
to clarify.
OnlyFans, and I don't
Just to
judge them, and I
clarify.
love them, and I accept them for exactly who they
Somebody
are.
called they call a little shy for this grandma. Anyhow,
And I want to say this too, real fast.
I didn't hear what you said.
For the ladies here that might be involved in OnlyFans, whatever. I'm not saying that you're a hoe by being on OnlyFans,
100%.
but you are wearing a hoe's uniform. That's the fucking truth. Okay,
love
so
it.
guys are
It is
going
what
to
it is.
assume.
What do you
Hold on,
assume?
guys are
It's
going to
fine.
assume that about you off rip. Just like if I came up to you at a club.
I do agree that a woman has to work harder to prove herself if she's an OnlyFans model to a
100%.
man. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but what's the difference between an OnlyFans model or like a real estate agent being a slut?
No,
Just because she doesn't have OnlyFans doesn't mean she's not a slut.
It's
So
it's
it's like-
100%.
And you're right.
But if I choose to be a slut, I'm not doing it publicly. I do it in behind closed doors with my man,
but
and
so don't
nobody
we.
has.
Does that make it worse?
No,
Of
but
course
it's
it
a
makes it
perception.
worse because it's a perception. It's a perception.
Because, for example, we know OnlyFans girls that are not out there like that. They just do content and they just stay at home. However, they're gonna assume from seeing your page, oh, she's for the streets. Versus
And everybody assumes about people. It
versus
doesn't
a
matter
girl-
what you do.
hold on.
It's a natural thing.
versus a regular girl that's going to clubs, she's fucking for free. Everybody, she's for the streets. But guess what? They see you because you promote it on your page. So it's like
Optics are
perception.
important, ladies.
Yeah.
Optics are important.
Perception.
It's for the same exact reason you show up to a job interview or somewhere you want to go. in a suit.
Reputation is everything.
And for a man, optics are extremely important.
Unfortunately.
If a guy,
As fucked up as it is,
Bro,
but it's everything.
Yeah, relax.
One mic at a time, please.
yo, because here's the thing, we know girls that are professionals that are big ass hoes and girls that are on OnlyFans that are, or porn stars that have lower body counts.
Yeah.
However, she looks like a hoe, so they're gonna assume she's a hoe based on her profession alone.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a chip on your shoulder. You're gonna have to prove yourself way more than a regular girl. And some guys might just write you off the rip because he's like, yo, if I walk around in public with this girl, people are gonna have seen her asshole for $3.99. I don't want that shit. And that's how men view the world. That's how men view their women. Men are very territorial with their girl.
Nothing wrong with that.
Why am I paying full price and giving you the security and my last name in a relationship when someone else only paid $5.99 to see you naked?
All right. Good job.
JBX.
So the woman that keeps saying, what's wrong with OnlyFans? Absolutely nothing is wrong with it. Just saying men of a certain status or wealth won't take women like that seriously. Yeah, they'll have fun with them, but they won't commit to them. And if women are okay with that, that's all I'm saying. But do not expect the man to just sit there and, oh yeah, I'm good. I accept you for your past. That's a lie. They just want to fuck. I have family in Saudi. Not surprised Saudi girls are becoming 304s. I saw early signs of this when social media took off when there were 10 years ago. This is very haram. Oh, well, might as well enjoy the decline. More 304s to go around. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, bro. She's not empowered because if she was, she'd be able to sit here and actually be able to articulate herself and say, this is why I'm empowered, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But how did she react?
I
Her
think
reaction
she was a
in
little
itself.
tipsy.
And I mean, here's the thing. Actions speak louder than words. A lot of times I always use the meme like when girls say, I'm empowered, I'm openly sexual. It's like that smiley face, but behind they're crying. So Fresh, last week you posted a picture of a book you were reading on your YouTube story. Can you please tell me the name of it? I think it was called Life or something.
Yeah, Set for Life is a real estate book for dominating life and becoming successful. And I'm giving away 3 of those books this month for the giveaway. So stay tuned for that giveaway.
Me and my 3-inch goes, please keep your IKEA table over there. This fucking guy, bro. Every time Fresh steps outside the street, light turns on. Okay. These chicks are trying their best with these Miss America answers. This is what it sounds like when women are trying to impress the guests. Justin, we've missed you, brother. And shout out to the team on a million. Thank you, bro.
IG's Massiam.
Yo, Fresh, translate. My friend in a this is for you.
Yo, Fresh, translate. My friend in the red, give me your Instagram. Make me slide in, bring up your value. Me want a girl will look like you. He's saying the girl in red. He wants your Instagram page, and he finds you very attractive.
Thank
and
you.
He
And
wants
my
you.
3-inch.
What's your Instagram?
Fresh is not set on
It's
either.
Money Burdette, MoneyBirdette.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, shout out to Fresh.
Shut up, bro.
All right, $20 from Keith Lowell and 2211. It's really disappointing constantly hearing women talk about how they have no interest in what men find attractive, but men always have to know what women find attractive. Keith
Well said,
Nolan,
well
I said it
said.
before, bro. Girls don't give a fuck about what you want, bro.
Nah.
The female's upbringing and her parents' social econ status matters. When these ladies open their mouths, it's easy to tell. Bring back finishing schools, breeding matters, new, rich, and old are getting different. Are different things. Okay, yee ha, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay. Yee motherfucking ha is what he says.
By the way, W in chat for Justin because he did some Riz earlier. Some real Riz. If you're in the chat, you
I
saw
don't
that.
know what Riz is.
Allegedly. He means some sauce on the table, if you know what I'm saying.
City Boy Farmer, by the way.
City Boy Farmer. Mr. Quam says, I bow to you, FNF and Jay Waller senseis, evening crawler creatures. Recent studies show that 45% of 40-year-old women will be childless and unmarried by 2030. We also know that the highest depressed group.
All right, real quick question for the ladies, real quick, going back. Because we
minutes,
asked before, does
10 seconds.
OnlyFans empower you? Okay. Are you okay?
Hours
Girls that
on
actually
this,
do
man.
OnlyFans or involved or were involved in the sex industry, whatever
hours.
maybe.
We don't
Are you okay
stop
with the
until-
fact that you might disqualify yourself from other potential suitors and or people won't take you seriously?
Yeah,
in the
I'm
future?
okay with it right now because I want to make my bread.
Okay, but when you get out, are you okay with guys still looking back
Yeah.
and saying no?
There's like so many people on this planet, so yeah.
Okay. So you think that there'll be someone out there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now the question is, will it be the guy that you actually want?
I don't know. I don't know the future. I'm just optimistic.
Okay. All right. You have a husband, so that's fine. What about you?
Wait, what?
Are you okay with the fact that you, from your current behavior, that you might disqualify yourself from certain guys in
Am
the
I
future?
okay with that?
Yeah. Or
Yeah, I am okay with that. I am okay with it because I made the decision.
Okay.
But those people aren't even in my realm anymore. Like they're not even in my path. Like I don't even know those people exist. You know?
Okay. I guess, ignorance is bliss sometimes. But what about your dream guy out there? Do you think that?
My dream guy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm with a very amazing man right now.
The one you keep breaking up with?
Well, because life's complicated, not everything's perfect.
Is-
That 80-year-old couple, even though they didn't have social media or whatever.
What does he think about your OnlyFans?
Who does?
Your guy.
My man? He does it with me.
Interesting. Has it ever been like a topic of conversation?
In what terms?
Like, hey, I don't like you doing this, or maybe you should drop this, or don't lie.
Completely honestly, it's probably mostly on my side. That says that I don't want to do it.
Like he's a pimp?
No, he's not a pimp, but it's complicated.
You're the breadwinner.
Oh, I'm definitely not the breadwinner.
He's the breadwinner?
He's a team.
So then why are you doing OnlyFans if you don't want to do it?
Because
Daddy said so.
all right, here and then here we go because it's a complicated relationship. But it's mostly about my future, like in terms of like career and status, like social status. It's not anything like super personal in terms of like our love for each other. It's just complicated. It doesn't like.
What are you saying?
How does OnlyFans help your? If anything, that would hurt your potential future status. And
I mean, that's not really true.
Unless you want to get into the sex industry, which if you want to do that, that's different. But
being on OnlyFans, you are in the sex industry.
that's what I'm saying. So like, but you don't want to be in it. So I'm a little confused as to why continue.
Well, okay, I did it before I met him.
Okay.
All
right.
I stopped. Okay, so I stopped when I made enough money to make a lot of money in crypto.
Okay.
And then, like that's a whole other story, rabbit hole, whatever. Long story short, recently this year, just like big blow up, I went back on OnlyFans. And this time I'm with him, and he's basically just like supporting my. It's so complicated because
Yeah, you really suck at explaining yourself.
Yeah, I do, because there are definitely
Jesus.
things that I agree with you on that I know that I guess I don't want you to call me out on or something.
I have one
but-
question.
Yeah, she's withholding a lot of information because you know that we're going to point out contradictions and make fun of you.
Hold
I
on.
get it.
Does he get cut?
Not necessarily
Does he get
contradictions,
cut
but
of the money?
just sorry.
Does he get some of the money or no?
No, he doesn't. He has his own money. He's good.
Oh, I'm confused, bro.
Sounds off here that she doesn't want to say.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Because you can tell she's talking around certain things and
Talk to me in
avoiding
my
certain
eye.
things.
In my eyes. What do you mean?
Pimping ain't easy, bro.
I've been looking at you in the eye the whole time.
You're talking about
You
your
you can't even articulate what's going on in your situation because you're trying to avoid saying certain things for fear of embarrassment, which I understand. That's fine.
It's not fear of embarrassment. It's just you guys just don't know all the details. Like it's not black and white. It's pretty gray. You know? I mean, and that's okay if you don't agree.
Which why we turned it to you to say that, and you can't even say it.
Say what?
Jesus Christ! Holy.
But this is not a podcast about her relationship, though. I mean, it just like direct question, direct answer.
He helps me so fucking much. Like it's like he helps.
I'm
me
sure
so
he
much.
helps you. All right.
In so many ways, like when I say like, oh, he does it with me, it's like he's just okay with like being in a scene, like just like, oh baby, like want to get in here with me, like he's okay.
He helps you so much yet you guys
But-
constantly break up. Whatever, something ain't adding up here, but that's fine.
Yeah,
Sun's off here.
So 4X went down. She went back to him.
okay.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here. I'm a 4X trigger. Bullshit.
But okay,
Bullshit, bro.
he is a multi-millionaire forex trader. He's a big influencer. You
I'm
guys
sure
can look
he
him up
is.
on
He's probably
Instagram.
badass. But I'm telling you right now,
And that-
you're
and
not
that
a 4X
comes with
trader.
That comes
You're
with
an
a lot of
OnlyFans girl.
territory.
What's his name?
His name is. But
No.
I don't know. I want to plug
Don't do him like that.
Don't
Don't do that.
That was so close. God damn.
I can tell you after this,
I was
but
not fresh.
I can tell you after.
I probably know him.
Yeah,
I probably know him.
Yeah, well, sun's off. Anytime a girl initiates a breakup multiple times or whatever, sun's off, bro.
Yo, Chow was so
Okay, but
close.
it honestly just goes directly to your beliefs. Like he's a 25-year-old male, about to be 26. He's a millionaire. He has a big social media. He has a big social media following.
Wait, is
So
he
what
black?
do you expect from a man
Hold on.
like that, right? To be monogamous?
Is he black?
No, he's not. He's like
Hispanic.
Italian Greek. He's from New York, from Long Island.
So you think you're gonna have a 26-year-old millionaire all to yourself, monogamy wise?
Exactly, and that's why we keep breaking up.
Oh, fresh, you know.
That's just.
I ain't saying nothing, bro.
This is they're not maintaining frame in a relationship. That's what this boils down to. That's fine.
Not maintaining what?
It's fine. That's a whole other thing.
No, but it's me as a 24-year-old. I'm just learning. I'm learning like what a relationship is like, especially with a high value man. And as
As
you,
a 26-year-old millionaire, you really think you just want to have one girl at that age? At that age, a millionaire, 26 millionaire. Come on.
and I'm not saying this is exactly what I believe, but your argument is it not that like when you're in a relationship with a high value man, like
Let me make something very clear here. A woman is the spitting mirror image of her man's masculinity. The way a woman speaks about her man when he's not present says a lot about the man. I don't have to say a word to him, know who he is. Just off of the way that you speak about him, I can tell you don't respect him. Done. So he's fucking up some things significantly. I know when a girl respects her man just based off how she speaks to him.
I
speaks
respect
about
my
him.
man. He does so much for me, and I
But
love
yet you
him.
still don't respect him. And I can tell from the way that you speak about him that you
How
don't.
so? How so? How so?
You know I'm telling the truth, which is why you want to figure out how I know that.
Well, tell me.
No,
You don't want
I know it. The whole audience knows it. Everybody knows that.
Top Jew.
You're with him as a means to an end. I get it. I understand. That's fine. Okay, going back.
Dismissive.
I'm not being dismissive. You just really suck at articulating yourself, and you couldn't bring it full circle, land the plane. So I'm landing it for
Because
you.
I'm not giving you a straight answer because things aren't black and white. They're gray.
No, they're very black and white. I can see it.
For you, yeah.
Listen, words are one thing, actions are another. I've been watching very
Facts.
closely.
Yeah, facts. What are you watching?
Bruh. Yo.
Have you ever had a
Yo, man.
What's the problem? What's the problem?
Bro, just watch this show back and you'll see what I'm saying. Just watch this show back.
I will.
Watch this show back. Okay. Go back to you. Do you think your past and or your profession will disqualify you from certain individuals, and you're okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Fair enough. You're not in it. Are you not in it because of fear of being able to build a future with someone? Is that a part of it?
No, I just don't want like a bad reputation.
Which is exactly what I said. The bad reputation is directly tied to being able to lock a guy down. Okay, what about you?
Well, I'm not in it.
She's not in it.
Yeah, but I know she's not. But why? What is the reason why?
Out of respect for my father, he was so amazing to me growing up, and like I'm the light of his life. I would never do that to him.
Okay. What about you? Are you okay with a guy not taking you seriously in the future, potentially, or losing certain opportunities with men based on what you're doing?
Yeah.
You're okay with that?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm already doing it, so there's no going back.
Fair enough.
Yep.
And then you don't do it, but why didn't you chose the, an Ivy League path and getting into the professional world? Why'd you choose that over doing that when you can make more money?
I don't think I can make more money.
You see her, she's killing it.
Sure. Okay.
So
To answer your question
Strength
directly,
around.
again, my skills are much better suited in different arenas. I just don't. I can barely post a story. I don't have patience for content creating. That's not my skill set.
It's because you can't see on the phone, or
bro.
Your eyesight.
That's so funny. That's half of it. Yes, I need my phone on full brightness.
I like how you navigated. I don't know if y'all noticed that. She navigated that answer perfectly to stay within a certain lane without necessarily offending the other girls. So I really like that. I like that.
Clever.
Very good. Someone spoke with their publicist before the show. And we've noticed that girls have a tough time being direct and about their views. You've done a
that one, the older 37 years woman, she's amazingly, she just has to protect everything a female say. A female could say I am a killer and I do it for fun, and she will probably find a reason to support her. So that female is just, you've seen it. The whole show has been crazy.
pretty good job at it, at the risk of offending some of the other ladies on the panel.
Well, that's why I'm here.
This is not. No,
I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not. I'm just going to speak my mind and, like I said, say exactly how I feel.
I am very progressive and liberal about my body. I just don't have the time for content creating. My skill set is better used in other arenas. It just is. I have more patience for business and numbers than I do for making videos and editing and,
That's why you hire a
posting.
team.
That's why you get a team.
Yeah.
Do you think they edit their own videos?
Again, it's not. I'm not interested. It doesn't hold my interest. But it doesn't hold my interest. This is a thing. This is a choice. These people are interested.
Political
in
science major, my friend.
These people are interested in it. These people are interested in it. It doesn't interest me.
I have someone for you. DSG.
Politician, man. Yeah, she's giving good politically correct answers, which, I would not expect any less. Omni Designs, ladies, you need to respect yourselves. A high value man will never wife a 304. Yeah, it happens. What happens,
Can I ask what's a 304?
If you take a graphing calculator or a calculator in general, you put 304 and you flip it upside down, it says ho.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I was born in Cuba, so I'm sorry.
I got calculators there, I'm sure.
No, not
But no, we didn't know how to spell hoe.
Okay, nice. Ladies, listen to Myron. These realities are harsh and truthful. Unfortunately, you ladies didn't have a strong father figure to guide you the right way. We got Dr. Dre says, in the 101-year history of the Miss America pageant, the oldest winner was 25 years old. And that's only happened 4 times. Youngest was 16 years old, 1921. Pause. The symmetry 304 used to parallel. Genders end up hurting them. Cool.
I think that's to make the point that younger women are universally more attractive under 25.
True.
Is what he's trying to articulate.
That's what men actually want.
Yeah.
So
it's if a guy could pick a 30-year-old versus a 20-year-old, all things equal, he's gonna go with the 20-year-old dude every single time. The one next to Myron, actually speaking about old money and dating for marriage, the rich kid is gonna bang the McDonald's girl, but marry the daughter of a good family. Social status matters, not pop culture status. Novae rich versus old money. Okay. The Latina in a tan coat next to Saudi girl is 100% wifey material. Okay, Patrick, Jason, shoot your shot. And that other one from Dalmar. 3 diglets, jerking, choking the chicken, pulling it, giving it a tug, flogging the bishop, getting your pole varnish, fishing for brown trout.
Who is that?
Shake that hole, I guess.
This nigga be wildin'.
Yeah.
Sean A says, I strongly believe that a number of young men that off themselves will increase due to bullying with their mom on OnlyFans. I mean, that's a good point, man, because, currently, bro, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. If you have kids and then they go to school, your mom's OnlyFans, it can be pretty tough, so.
All right, fresh. Last.
Okay, ladies, it's been a great show. However, last thoughts on the show. So tell us comments, questions, last thoughts on the show, and we'll start right here.
Oh my gosh. Why do you always have to start?
Because you're right next to me.
I hate being the first one to answer stuff. Come on. Ask her first.
No.
Okay.
I'll go first,
Okay.
please.
Fresh, sure.
So just tell us thoughts about the show. Hate it, love it. How's the show for you?
I think it's really funny and entertaining. Okay.
Okay.
And
Why?
I don't really care if people shit on me. Like, it's just funny.
You have tough skin.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you have to in this industry.
Gotcha.
I mean, so when you say shit on you, I mean physically or
Oh my
just
God.
metaphorically? I mean,
Saying Chris, come on, bro. That's uncalled for, bro. Yeah, what about you?
I learned a lot today. I would actually like to sit down with you guys and hear more. Actually, like later.
Really?
Like another. Yeah, because I need to hear this stuff. You know what I mean? Like you guys said, you're saying things. That, I mean, not everything that you've said, but some of the stuff. It's like, damn. You know, like men are simple. I didn't really.
Has no one ever told you these things by chance, or you heard it on
No.
the off? Never.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was like, huh. A couple of things you guys have said. I'm like, damn.
Because we say that most guys lie to girls because they want to get sex. So if you're being honest with a girl, you tell her the truth. However, if niggas want to smash, they'll tell you what you want to hear. So, all right. What about you? I know you've had a rough time explaining
No.
yourself, but
Honestly, I had a good time and I thought I explained myself well, but it's hard to definitely talk when I feel like I'm constantly being dismissed.
no, we hear you. Trust me, but you got to make sense.
I mean, I'm making sense to like what I think makes sense. I think what you guys are getting frustrated is because I'm not giving you like a straight up answer because there is no straight up answer. But
Have you
that's
ever
fine.
had a dream that you had you?
I think.
No, but I definitely had fun. I definitely
had
had fun. Yes. Yeah. I think you guys are awesome. Honestly, even you guys, I think you guys are sick.
I'll be honest. You're an attractive girl. Typically, what I've tend to notice is that attractive girls suck at articulating themselves because guys don't tell them you sound stupid. So, no offense.
I'm not stupid though.
You sounded stupid
Why?
because you were barely able to articulate a point when we asked you very fairly
Because
direct
I don't want to
questions.
share all my business on here.
Oh, okay.
And you
Then
should-
you can go ahead
and
and say
you
that.
should-
as an excuse.
But
that's fine. I mean, like I said
but
before,
just say that from the beginning.
yeah, I just or talking in a circle, saying a bunch of words salad. It doesn't.
We're not on a diet. You don't give a salad. You know.
Yeah.
I disagree, but okay.
Bro.
Watch the podcast back and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Was that not the cutest I disagree you've ever
Yeah,
said?
like
I disagree.
Yeah. And again, this is I pretty privilege is a thing. Like girls
Yeah,
are
it
able to
is.
get by a lot of times if they're cute, saying dumb shit because no one checks them on it. You know,
Yeah.
Bill Burr said it famously. Like a lot of women don't say stupid shit because no one ever tells them that's dumb because they want to fuck them.
Yeah, they want to smash.
That's what he just said.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
What about you?
Promo.
As long as you don't talk, they'll be okay.
Yeah.
So I'm always open minded. I like to listen to men and what they think, and I do learn from it. So this was an interesting and educational podcast, and
Okay.
I would tune in more.
Yeah.
It also helps me with dating as I get older and knowing what men want.
Wait, older. You're what? 30 what?
37.
I mean. Yeah, if like what? You're older right now.
I am older. I'm older. I'm old.
So 45?
What?
So 45 then?
I'll date until the day I die.
Okay. All right, cool.
You live once. Have fun.
Chris,
There's somebody for everyone.
Okay. What about you?
I mean, I didn't talk much, but I liked listening. It was interesting. I liked the roasts the most, to be honest. But no
Jafar
offense
over
to the girls, but it was interesting.
I'm here
It
for
was
the beheading.
entertaining.
She left?
It's Jafar.
She left.
Allegedly,
Bye.
She left.
Married allegedly. Haram.
All right. Well, I was here for the beheading. I guess I'm like
Allegedly.
right.
Allegedly married.
Whatever.
Allegedly. You can head up.
Yeah, I'm out, bro.
All right. Peace.
Yeah.
That's
Head out. Get it? Head
That's
out.
Saudi Myron. Wow. What about you?
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Well,
Wow.
I
You were spitting.
love.
You were spitting.
I don't think so. I mean, I just give my honest opinion. I think that, again, people are always going to come from a place of where they, their experiences in life. So we cannot judge anybody based on anything because they did not go through the same things that you did, that you went through. They did not have the same parents that did not have, and that's not their fault at the end of the day. It's not 100% not their fault. I grew up in a very, like, I guess, conservative household. I grew up in a
I
whole.
better never see you on OnlyFans.
Listen, I'm not gonna play here and pay goody two shoes. Like I you go to my Instagram and it's not like super.
You're just not getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's not that I'm not getting paid for it. It's that I'm not posting myself nude.
You can tell. Look,
But
you know, the
I
business
came
woman.
with a blazer, guys.
Yeah, but
Literally.
but you know what's funny? After being in the streets myself, it's funny because the girls that are not as out there like that be the worst, bro. The ones that are quiet,
100%.
It's
the little quiet ones at the end of the day.
But I'm just saying, like, some are really bad, like really bad.
Same thing with the guys. Like, I'm more interested if I see a guy that's like quiet and to like a mysterious vibe. I'm like, that's the worst one.
They
and
are
then
the worst.
They are the worst ones.
The only thing I'll disagree with you on is like, just because someone comes from a background or whatever, that does not excuse stupid behavior. If you came from a poor neighborhood, right, and you sell drugs, you deserve to go to jail. If you grew up in an abusive household, but you decide, you know what, I grew up in a shitty household, I'm going to kill people and do things, you deserve to go to jail.
That is your mentality, and I agree 1,000% with it. But what I'm saying is, I'm not in a position myself to judge anybody that made the decisions based on the way that they were brought up. My reality was shaped on how I was raised, on how I conduct myself, and like I said, I could be worse than everybody here that has an OnlyFans. I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is,
You don't want to offend the girls on the panel, so you're being politically correct sitting on the fence. I get it. It's
no,
fine.
I'm not sitting on the fence at all. I mean, I just think that women put themselves in a position where it's like, listen to me, I'm right, yada, yada. And you learn the most when you shut up and listen to other people's perspective.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You're single, right?
No.
Oh, you're not?
Remember, it's complicated.
It's complicated. I literally broke up last night, but I'm gonna make it work.
Oh, last night?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sure you make work around.
Listen.
Okay.
Why?
Listen.
No, because I can just like. Never mind.
Just say it. Say it with your chest. Don't be. I said everything I needed to
That
say.
man is suffering, bro. That's what I'm saying. That nigga's suffering, bro. God damn.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's suffering.
You talk a lot.
There's a reason why men have historically said, women are to be seen and not heard, bro. Like, God damn. Like guys love quieter girls, man. Like nobody likes opinionated women, especially when their opinions are wrong sometimes.
Imagine going on vacation. God, bro.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'll get lost at sea.
No, it's all good. This podcast.
It's all good.
It's fine.
I mean, if that's how you see it, I could agree. I am too much, but then go find less. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yes, less quiet.
What about you?
It was fun. Yeah.
Okay,
You guys haven't. You guys have
Okay.
It was fun.
You guys have points that like should be
Oh,
talked
yeah,
about
more.
more, obviously, but you guys just have the balls to say
It's
that.
hard conversations.
You know what I mean? Like this is never talked about, has never been talked about. So the fact that you guys are doing it is obviously gonna get you guys a lot of, what's the word for that? Like
Viewership?
no, it's gonna get you like
Controversy?
like a lot of controversy, obviously.
Isn't it
people
crazy?
don't like
We're
to
telling
talk-
the truth that like a woman's past matters or something like that to guys is considered controversial now.
Yeah, and who the hell talked about that stuff before?
Well, guys can't
Not
talk about
much.
it.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
then they get
like,
called
on
selfish if they do.
social media. Are you really gonna bring that shit back at
See what you
me?
did there.
Yeah, pay attention to everything
Okay.
y'all say, man.
Okay.
Because I listen to understand. I can't
Mhm.
attack your arguments unless I listen, understand, and come back with something. That's the difference. I don't listen to just hear you. I actually do try to understand. Then it doesn't make sense. Then I articulate back.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
What
But,
about you?
Yeah.
Cool.
No, all the night is my world.
Man. Stop, man. Go ahead. Keep
That
Been
was
on a Henny
dirty.
tonight, huh?
Sorry, Chat. I tried, man.
I'm done.
Try to end the show earlier. Go ahead.
I tried. Chat.
You have anything?
Just keep it
No,
short
no,
and
no.
simple.
Okay. Justin, where can I find you, bro? And thoughts on the show?
Yeah. Good show. You can find me on Instagram, jwaller7. You can find me on YouTube, jwaller.
Cool.
There you have
If
it.
you guys want to get in the war room, it's
Hit 'em up.
FF122, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
FF122 next 24 hours, and we'll have you on the call Sunday with Myron. Walt will probably be off doing other things.
Nah, I'll be there,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, so we'll have the Zoom call with y'all. All ladies' Instagrams except for Miss Saudi is not there. I saw some fucking dude with a sword, really disappointed earlier. I don't know where he was walking down the hall mad. But anything else, Chris?
Just one more.
Okay, last one here. $50. Hey, Fresh and Fit, huge fan of your work. Huge fan, love your work. Congrats on the 1 million subs. Keep up the good work and congrats on putting up with all these women and all the arguments that ensue because they lack actual cognitive function.
Dog. Listen, man,
bro. Listen, you guys gotta understand that when you tell women uncomfortable truths,
These are like Mel Simps that tip and say
Damn,
stuff
I'm
like
gonna
that.
start a podcast
Literally, like the
saying
same
what
thing.
men don't want to hear.
Go, girl.
Have you guys on
Go,
there and see
queen.
what you guys got.
Well,
to
actually,
that would be
there's
fun.
many of them.
Don't make me.
You can call
Car
me.
Daddy. There's other ones.
You know what's crazy? You know something's crazy?
All the
That-
top podcasts are males for a reason. Female podcasts suck because I'll be honest, like a lot of female content creators
Well,
are
I'll
trash.
show my ass.
No, but let me say something.
Fantastic.
Though.
You know?
Something that's like most of the guys that are like telling you that stuff that are simping over you are buying a bunch of girls' OnlyFans.
I'm sure. Wait,
No, no,
telling
no.
us what? Oh,
No.
on the chat?
No, you're
Yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah,
A lot of them sit behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course.
Like
Wait,
they're talking all this shit, but they're still spending their money on
100%.
these
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah.
No,
I think a lot of these guys message through anger.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, you know
we
what I mean? They're
acknowledge.
just mad,
Especially
but
the
they're still
derogatory shit towards
buying.
y'all.
And they're still like, they're
And
agreeing with everything you
they
guys are saying.
enjoy
but-
this because it's making them feel
It's
superior.
it's making them like, oh my god, yeah, they're so dumb. Oh my god, they don't know
Here's
how
the
to
thing.
think.
There's a percentage of guys that are simps. We understand that wants
Yeah.
to show strictly to simp. But there is a strong majority as well that or a strong portion that are like, nah, man, fuck this shit. And yeah, it was probably half and half. But I mean, yeah. But all the top podcasts are typically male though. They're not female. Female podcasts are pretty
and
trash.
people that
No
talk,
offense.
Misogyny. Okay, folks, this was a great show. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Wednesday. We might have what was that, Chris?
No, because the storm. So yeah, Wednesday for daytimes, the girls maybe.
Nigga, you better show up, nigga. This is a business, bro. You just stuck it on Wednesday. Storm or not.
All right, man. We might have Sneako on Wednesday or Friday, guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one Wednesday. Peace.
Change gears slightly then. I want to talk about training. I know that's something that still is a big passion. We've been walking around your gym here, which is an awesome home gym. I don't think many people have got anything like this. If you're, again, when you were in, I guess, prime condition, but more off season, what was a typical all body workout look like? What were some of the key things you used to do? What was if there was a traditional workout, what would that be like for Frank?
Well, there are two forms that I've used. One was the two-way split routine, which for me was upper body one day and legs the next. That's pretty much what I do now. Sometimes a full body workout, when I have a lot of machines, so I'll just do 2 sets on everything. But for most of my training, when I was training seriously, I followed the 3-way split. And that was usually doing pulling muscles on the first day. That's back, biceps, and forearms. They all work together. The second day was legs, thighs, and calves, and I worked abs every day. And that gave my upper body a rest. And the third day was chest, shoulders, and triceps. And then the fourth day was rest. The 3 days on, 1 day off. And I followed that a lot. And that really gave me the results I wanted. I tried training 5-6 days a week like the Arnold method. I just got overtrained doing that. And so when I fell into this pattern, 3 on, 1 off, and it worked really well. And if I ever wanted to reach peak condition, absolutely, I would do that again. For now, I just train maybe twice, maybe 3 times a week, and I do either a full body routine or split routine. I don't do a lot.
7 days a week.
I
Just
stay
have to
light.
rest
I
15
walk a
hours
lot. That's the
every
main
day.
thing. Is I walk a good 1.5 miles, 2 miles every day. We have this lake we go to. Beautiful. Early in the morning, take our dog.
Just like
It's
2
8/10 of a
hours,
mile
3
all
hours
around.
max.
It's really nice.
It'll be like
It's very uplifting.
some hours.
So how long, in terms of the duration of the sessions then, how long when you were in your peak condition, how long was a typical workout?
I'd say an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. I wouldn't. If I was training heavier, it would take a little longer. It might take an hour and a half. But I generally wasn't. I'm doing 3 sets of everything, working up on every set, maybe 12, 10, 8 reps, increasing the weight on every set by a little bit. Getting a pump, that was my main thing, getting a pump in the muscle and working. That was always my goal. If you're not getting a pump, it's not working. You got to get blood into the area. So whatever give me a pump, that's what I would do.
Right. And what about rest? Were you sort of long periods and sort of, going heavy or fairly short? How did that
If
work?
I was going heavier, I'd rest longer, but it was never more than, if I would set a timer to ding every 2 minutes, that was the least I would rest, the longest I would rest. Or it might be 3 minutes if I was going real heavy, but I generally didn't have to. And so basically I called it cultivating the breathless state, because I'm breathing slightly harder than I normally would in a workout. My pulse was elevated, maybe 100, 110.
And with the sort of intensity then, you said you trained to a pump. So you'd obviously been very good at building muscle. What was the sort of the secret to doing that? Because you weren't a super heavy training person, was you? So how were you getting that those muscle gains from that sort of medium type of weight range?
Over time they came. If I kept training like that, I would make progress. I mean, the muscle would be more developed, it'd be more defined, it would stand out more. If I was really going all out for growing, I would, do lower reps with heavier weight, rest longer. And my training was sort of paced like that. I'd say during those late spring months, I was training more with heavier weights with longer rest periods. And then the late summer, early autumn, I'd be training quite faster, with less rest between sets, And the thing I always did was stretch between sets. I don't think many people do that.
How and why did you do that then?
Well, because, it sort of extends your set. When you're doing a set, you're focused on contracting the muscle, but when you're stretching the muscle. So it sort of gives it a completion. And it keeps blood in the muscle too, which is the main thing.
Right.
You can get a great pump stretching. Good.
So if you were doing something like chest, you would do your set, and then you would then
Do doorway stretch.
Okay.
I'd get in a doorway and just hit it right here and just lean out. And I'd feel right here. I have a place to do that's perfect. I call it the Pillars of Hercules. These 2 pillars that hold up our patio. I go out there. It's a perfect place for doing that stretch. And I have different stretches for different body parts. About 10 of them I use.
And what sort of reps did you find work best for you?
Usually 8 to 12. Right in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do any kind of force reps. Usually I sometimes would do a drop set where I'd go to a lighter weight, but only when I was getting to the point where I needed to do that, like the last few weeks before competition when I had the peak. I would really go beyond what I normally would do.
And you talk in your book about the negatives, and that's something like when I did my competitions many years ago, I got really great results from that, and I find it difficult to do on my own, but I always used to probably didn't used to have to use quite as much weight, but it worked quite well for me. Was that part of your routine, or you only did that?
I always did slower negatives than positives.
Right.
But the thing is, I wanted to keep the set rhythmic, the reps rhythmic, like to a metronome. But let's say I'm doing bench press, it would be like this. Because you're 40% stronger on the negative. So if you want to tax your muscles more fully, do a slower negative, make it harder. Make lighter weights feel heavier. That was my motto. So you don't have to really go heavy. You have to make it feel heavy.
And I know a lot sort of after your time, a lot of it was about, going super heavy. But, you're probably, well, you have a slightly different approach, don't you? And I guess also going heavy creates a lot of injuries.
Yeah, your possibility of injury increases dramatically when you're going real heavy like that. And, it's bad news getting an injury because, once you do, you're sort of stuck with it. It tends to recur if you're not careful. The injury defines your upper limit in weights that you can use. You generally won't ever be able to go past that. So why even find that out? I mean, I found it out. Because you don't know any better at first. You just do what everybody else is doing and what somebody tells you because you don't know any better. But, if you don't learn, you're going to be in bad shape and you won't last. And the thing about it is the longevity of your career. How long are you going to keep doing this? Well, my answer is as long as possible. I want to keep training. I'm more interested in longevity than heavy weights. Heavy weights is not important at all anymore. But making lighter weights feel heavier in strict form is important. And getting a pump is important. I think that what's important is getting blood to the muscles and developing your circulatory system. That's what's important. Once you lose your circulation, you're dead. You're done for. Done for. You got to get that blood in there.
So what's this one-sided workout that you talk about? What's the benefit of doing that?
I think it's a great idea, but I've never done it.
Right.
So theoretical. Is I think that if you just trained one side of your body in a workout with one dumbbell or one pulley, and then maybe train the other side later in the day or the next day, just think about it. If you're doing a curl, how much blood can you get into your biceps doing it? Half of it goes here, half of it goes here. But when you're doing one at a time, it all goes there. It makes sense to do that. So, isolateral workout or one-sided workout. Boy, you're up on all the stuff I've written about it. I think that's a great idea, but if you have the time to do it, nobody has the time to do that. I mean, if I was younger and had nothing else to do, I was at one time, but I didn't know about that, I would try it. Or if I'm going to the gym twice a day, which I was at that time, I would work my left side in one time and right side the other time.
Do you know if there's any research about that at all?
No, I don't think so. Somebody should do it.
Yeah. I guess it makes sense. I suppose if you're right, if you're training in the morning and afternoon, you could just do, I don't know how you'd feel sort of like at the end of the workout. You'd, kind of be all pumped up on one side of your body.
So what's wrong with that? Take sports. Yeah. All sports are one-sided. Mm-hmm. Like I shoot archery, I've shot a lot of archery. It's all one-sided. Yeah. You don't switch arms. I mean, I do some. I did sometimes. I used to shoot right-handed until the shoulder started giving out and you're doing this, and now I shoot left-handed. It's possible. They say, "Oh, you're right eye or left eye." I don't think so. I can see out of both eyes. I'm using sight. What difference does it make?
So I wanted to start with diet then. So imagine that you're, I guess, sort of starting from scratch and I suppose using some of the, using some of the programs when you were, competing yourself. What would you say are some of the fundamentals in terms of your diet? I'm not talking about right up to the competition, but just more sort of like off season. What were some of the essentials that you did, whether it's foods that you ate, and to sort of keep you in shape all year round?
One of the most important things I learned is not to get fat in the off season, like in December. Don't get into eating junk food and a lot of things that aren't going to help you physically. So those months like December, January, February, I would specialize on weak points and not get out of shape. You know, still stay in shape, but I mainly focus on areas I needed to improve. And then when I got closer to when I wanted to go into all-out training, I would, you know, still be doing that, but basically training more overall and practicing posing and taking more photos and getting the whole package together. You know, I think that I learned that don't get out of shape in the off season. If you do,
That's the end of the workout, guys. Appreciate you. Thanks everybody for interacting, for all the support, and I hope you guys enjoy. Have a great comp. See ya. I will put the full video on YouTube, so if you wanna go check the full video, maybe you missed some parts. Is Young Gorilla with you on YouTube, and Instagram is Duarte_Antunes_02 to know previously when the workout's about to begin. See you.